Hello and welcome to Waffly Bollox, the wrestling podcast that has made it through the long cold months of no AEW pay-per-views to the sunlit uplands of Jesus Christ, Tony Khan, are you trying to kill us? I'm Sarah, aka Awfully Waffly, and my co-host is MJ, aka Wrestle Trash.
Good afternoon.
Oh, we're very formal today. How do you do?
I just thought I'd change it up a little bit. You're right.
Yeah, I am good. I feel very caffeinated and alive, but I have only just finished watching the pay-per-view like about half an hour ago. But that's fine.
I am not anywhere near caffeinated enough yet,
no.
but I am in the middle of rectifying that problem right now. I've had one coffee. And I've got another one, and then I've got a can and a half of Monster, so I'm good.
A can and a half. A can and a half is yeah. A good detail. Are they the same flavour?
They are. They're both roses.
Okay.
They're both roses. And this one, I kind of left half of it from last night, so it's pay-per-view juice.
I thought I had a sugar-free one in the house, and I didn't. All I had was the Voodoo Grape one that I ordered from America, which is not sugar-free, so I'm going to be absolutely bouncing off the fucking walls. But that's fine, because the last two episodes have been so low energy, it's a nice change. I'm awake.
Yeah, I was going to say, you are the bounty one today. Meanwhile, I'm like, just give me more coffee. I'm so tired.
Oh, well, you stayed up to watch it. I considered it, and then it was like 10 o'clock last night, and I was like, I'm not going to stay up another 2 hours. I'm just going to bed.
No, it did still finish at like 5 a.m, even though it started like an hour earlier than usual. Yeah. It still finished at like about 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that.
Did you watch it on Triller, or have you gone over to MyAEW now?
I watched it on MyAEW, yeah, because I was like, well, I've paid $14.99 for this, with the pay-per-view included, so I'm not going to pay an extra $14.99.
No. Fuck no.
Damn it.
I am using MyAEW connected via an old laptop via HDMI cable to my screen. And I couldn't get it to go full screen because the little button that changes what language it's in decided to make a frame all the way around the screen, and you couldn't get rid of it. So that's my feedback for Tony Khan is, what's going on there? Why can't I make the picture full screen?
Clearly they're working out some stuff, I think with
so.
It still, because on the TV app, which is what we watched it on, no problems with the stream. I was slightly concerned, like, whether they would get overloaded a bit and it might be a bit stuttery, but no, it was fine. It was HD all night. Well, HD, 4K, whatever. The picture quality on MyAEW is
so really nice, isn't it?
Actually.
It's really nice. Yeah, I noticed that. I did have a couple of bits where the picture dropped out, or like there was a little technical problem. I think one was during the women's tag match, and then there was another one where it was like only like maybe 10 seconds, maybe even less than that, that it dropped out.
And I think because that happened to us, and I think it was during the Jet Speed match, I think that was an issue with the feed itself, which is like, that's not anything any of us could do anything about, or the app kind of thing. It's like, it just happens with outside broadcasts sometimes. So, other than that, I didn't run into any problems. I think some people had trouble with HBO Max from what I was seeing on Blue Sky. Because they had the pay-per-view on HBO Max, and they kind of left everybody on. They were going, 0 hour for the first time ever is going to be on HBO Max, and they just got like a show is coming on soon screen.
Oh no!
So everyone had to dip and go back to YouTube to watch it. So that was a fuck up. Something definitely occurred there, but I've not seen any reports of anything going drastically wrong with my AEW though. No. So that's good. Got through stuff. First pay-per-view.
Yeah, hell
good
yeah.
Shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
I bet they were really rushing to get it all ready in time for the pay-per-view as well. Like the fact that it launched like last week.
Like a week ago. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It was totally fucking out of nowhere, wasn't it? Yeah. They just kind of just dumped it. It went, here's an app to watch all the things and it's really, really cheap. And I'm like, fucking hell. Yeah. It's nice to have a little treat sometimes.
I know, sometimes. Very occasionally.
Makes the crushing disappointment easier to bear.
Spoilers. So I think we're going to go through it in chronological order because I've had no time to put anything else together. So that's what we're doing.
It's fine. Might as well go the logical route.
Yeah.
For once.
Yeah. So we kicked off 0 Hour with Boom and Doom versus the Infantry. As my partner said, every time someone says boom, my heart hurts because we miss Adam Cole.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's the wrong boom.
It's the wrong boom.
We want the other boom.
It's the very wrong boom. I liked that the Infantry brought 2 women with them. That's nice.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've got Christian XO and obviously Trish Adora, who is fucking great. Trish Adora, we adore her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christian, we haven't seen much of her yet, have we?
No.
We've just sort of seen the beginnings of the storyline because Carly is dating her, I believe, in kayfabe,
yes.
at least, anyway.
Yeah.
So that's fun. We haven't really seen her in the ring much, but I'm sure we will eventually. And now we've got MyAEW and Ring of Honor's just all on there anyway.
Yeah, so everyone can watch all the things. Yeah.
Yay!
This match was pretty much what you'd expect, I think, from Boom and Doom. I didn't really know why... I'm going to be honest, I didn't know who Wayne Brady was. So I was like, why is this... There's a strange man who's been interviewed and immediately broke kayfabe and talked about someone being a heel. And I was like, oh, what is happening?
Not again.
Not this again. Yeah, that girl got so much stick. And yeah. Aww.
Oh, bless her. Poor love. Yeah, it's Wayne Brady is on... I only know him vaguely, but I do know that he's on the American version of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Okay.
Like, he's a comedian. Wasn't expecting him to get involved in the match,
no.
but he did.
He did, yes.
But are we going to get, like, Wayne Brady versus Shane Taylor now? Is this a thing that's going to occur? Because that's very funny.
I haven't decided how I feel about this, because... At first, when we were getting the Costco guys, I was like, oh, it's fine. You know, it's a good strategy to get more people maybe watching the show. And at this point, I'm like, is it too much, though? Are we doing too much celebrity stuff? I don't know. Do what you want. It's only 0 hour. Who cares?
I don't know whether it was just a thing that happened on the pay-per-view or if it's going to actually go somewhere. But it rarely does it, with anything that's Boom and Doom related. It doesn't tend to go anywhere. It's just a thing. They just sort of build a thing for 0 hour because people pop when the Costco guys turn up.
I know that most people had a higher opinion of that Paul Walter Hauser match than I did. So I don't want to go back there. I fucking hated that. Let's not do that again.
Yeah. Thing is, I think with Paul Walter Hauser, he knows his shit. And he tries his best. And I appreciate that. And I can't ever be mad about that, really. But, but you can, clearly.
I think I was extra annoyed about that because Progress were kind of doing it at the same time as well, and it was just like, can we just watch wrestlers wrestle and stop just plugging in random people, please? So I got an extra dose. Yeah, it was like everywhere.
I think that's the thing with it. It's like in small doses it's fine. You've got to kind of like know how to balance it with everything else, so it just doesn't seem like a bunch of celebrity appearances all the time kind of thing. Yeah, it was fun. I did enjoy the fact that Trent wasn't there in this match, so we had Shane Taylor pushing the Rizzler over.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Big Justice with that spear, that shit was clean. That was...
He's got his one move, but he does it pretty well. Yeah.
He does. The amount of wrestlers that have gone a hell of a long way with just one move that they do really well is, you know what I mean? Sometimes that's enough.
I'll allow it. Yeah. I do feel a bit bad for the infantry having to look at the lights. Guys.
Yes.
I don't know if that should be happening to you.
Yeah, you trios, Ring of Honor trios champions. It was kind of like, was there no sort of tag team that could have maybe done that who aren't one of your champions in the company? Because it does kind of make them look. But then again, it's, you know, it's one match.
They get to have a nice, like, really social media friendly bit of footage. So yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's very much what I mean. It's what you would expect from one of these matches, really.
Exactly. Then we went into the TBS Championship match, which was a completely wild place to put this. I think because we knew that Willow was doing double duty, so they kind of wanted to space them out. So we will come back to that. I love Lena Kross. I love her so much.
She's great, isn't she? She's really good.
She's so good.
And I think they've, like, pairing her up with Megan and Penelope was a pretty genius move, to be fair.
Nice.
Like, it's just those three together look so good.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, they are. They're really cool. A lot of this match seemed to be people hurting themselves. There was a bit where Willow did a cannonball straight into the turnbuckle, and then Lena flipped herself off the top rope, or in fact I think maybe off the middle rope, just onto the mat, and it was like, girls, this looks so painful. Stop doing that.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful, girlies.
Can you not? Yeah, bless them. Commentary was weird on this pay-per-view because we had Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and to begin with, Nigel, and there was a bit where I can't remember why he said it. He said something about, I'm no Bryan Danielson, and Excalibur was like, no, you're not, because you show up to work. And I don't know what happened. It was like, is Bryan just late? Bryan just late? I think that's what's happening.
Oh, bless him. Yeah, because they just randomly, but they do that anyway.
Yes,
on
they
commentary,
do.
Don't they? They kind of just switch over. It's because sometimes it's like they'll switch out Taz for Nigel, and
well, it's a long night, but like I don't think I would have thought anything of it if I hadn't heard that bit of snark. Then I was like, oh, Bryan's supposed to be here. So when he turned up later, I was like,
somebody missed the bus. I can't remember whereabouts in the show they switched over, but it happened at some point. When Bryan showed up, clearly. I think, poor Excalibur. Excalibur was struggling because he wasn't at Dynamite this week because he was poorly. And clearly he wasn't quite over it on commentary because, like, every so often, like, his voice would go and stuff. And I think, like, he had to mute so he could cough. So, yeah, bless him, poor love. I hope he's feeling better.
I wonder why they didn't just make it Tony and Nigel then. Because Nigel was clearly there, but I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess I guess Excalibur wanted to be there because they were in his neck of the woods, like they were in SoCal, weren't they? Yeah. So there was a lot of locals on this card. So that's probably why. But yeah, he was struggling in places. Like you'd be talking about something, his voice would just go. Poor thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I've got that much to say about this match. I was just delighted. I like watching Willow and Lena Kross, or like anybody who's like big and strong fight. It's always a fun time.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of set stuff up for later on in the show, didn't they? I think that's why this was here.
Yes.
It was just to set up the stuff that occurred later on. Because Willow ended up injured. We assume kayfabe injured in this match. She messed her shoulder up. Something occurred. She got hit with something in the shoulder.
I can't remember. I remember seeing her.
or they were just working her shoulder. It could have been either.
I know. I remember seeing her outside of the ring, clutching her shoulder and being like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah. And then we had the bit later on in the medical room where she was getting shoulder strapped up by the medical team, and she was looking very unsure of herself and obviously in a lot of pain. So.
I mean, kayfabe, right? I hope it's kayfabe. I'm sure it is.
Fingers crossed, kayfabe.
Yeah, we also had like a post-match beatdown from Megan Bain and Harley Cameron popping out with a pipe.
I love it when people pull out the pipe. It's Riho's pipe.
Ripped it off the wall in my head.
When they're travelling around, they always have to have Riho's pipe stashed somewhere just in case someone needs it.
You never know when you might need a pipe.
You never know. Wait, like in real life, you never know when you need to smash someone in the head with a pipe.
I was going to suggest like maybe more practical uses, but yeah, sure. We never know when you might need to smash someone in the head with a pipe.
I mean, you know, these occasions can occur sometimes.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. God. Yes. So, but Willow retained, despite hurting her shoulder. She retained her TBS title, and we got a little TBC at the end of this match. So then we went into what was probably my most anticipated match of the night, which was the 21-man blackjack battle royale for the national title. I was a little bit disappointed by how messy this was, like particularly to begin with, where they just were like...
It was chaotic, wasn't it?
They're just like, some men are already here and some men are coming out, and it's like, does anyone remember how to organise a rumble anymore? No, apparently not.
Yeah, it was quite, but I think that obviously they did it to save time, because like if they did everybody's entrances, it would be like the length of a Royal Rumble, which is like not what they were aiming for. So like, no. I get it, but it was chaotic. It was like, it took me ages. There's still some people in that match that I'm not entirely sure were in that match. Like, I don't know who exactly was in that match.
Super helpfully, the AEW recap does not list them, but I was writing them all down as I spotted them, and I think I got everybody. So I think we had Roosh, Scorpio Sky, Johnny TV, Dalton Castle, El Clone, Rocky Romero, Trent Barata, Daniel Garcia, Tommaso Ciampa, Austin Gunn, Ace Austin and Juice Robinson, Jack Perry, Ricochet, The Beast Mortos, Shibata, AR Fox, Trilistico, Anthony Bowens, Leo Rush and Commander. I think that's 21.
I think that's about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Leo Rush has shaved his head and put in some spooky lenses.
Yeah.
So I think, do we think we're getting Blackheart Leo Rush?
Please, I love it so much. I love the theme. I love the creepy moving. They'd done something really weird with the miking up of the crowd, because there was a really prominent like microphone in that front row, because there was a bit where people were getting eliminated, and I could hear Leo Rush kind of do a little get off me really loudly, even though the camera angle changed and you couldn't see him, but his voice was really loud. Well done, guys.
Yeah, there was some parts where it was like, throughout the show I noticed this. It sounded like they dipped the crowd sound a little bit.
Maybe they did.
It was... maybe they did.
Something weird was going on with the crowd sound and the microphone. So, to go back to the match format very briefly, I thought why is it a blackjack battle royale? What does the blackjack bit signify? Is it just that there are 21 men? Is that all it means?
I think that's what it is. It's just that there's 21 men, and also like It's a thing, isn't it, with AEW, like with the casino imagery?
But I thought that was going to be the thing, like where they go in groups, but it wasn't. I'm sure what is that format called? There's definitely something where they kind of they have like 4 groups and they put them after suits of cards. I don't know, whatever. We didn't do that. It was just chaos.
Yeah, they did do that, didn't they? That was fucking ages ago. I can't quite remember how they did it or what that was all about. It was one of them, because I swear they only did it the once as well, and it was just like one of those things where it was like, we're trying a thing, we'll see if it works. I think it may have been during the pandemic, which was the ultimate era of like
Try
let's
something.
do a thing and see if it works.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it must have been like when I had just started watching, because I've definitely onboarded that as a thing that happens, even though it's never happened since. But yeah, that's why I was confused, because I was like, oh, I guess they've put the first batch of men in and then they'll do like another 3 batches, and instead it was just absolute chaos.
It was.
I did like
complete chaos.
I did like very much Jack Perry rolling up in the Jurassic Express bus, which I think is a different bus than his previous one, but also had Luchasaurus driving, which was very sweet.
Yeah, that was lovely. I am glad that Luchasaurus is still popping up every now and again while he's recuperating.
He was all bandaged up, but it was cool to see him.
Yeah, he was. Oh, bless him. And it was really sweet as well, because like this had a lot of significance for Jack, because the last time Jack was in that arena, he was watching SummerSlam with his dad.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, it was fitting. It was fitting that he ended up the victor in the end. It was a nice moment for him, because it's like, again, it was like his neck of the woods as well, because he's a SoCal boy. So yeah, it was really nice. It was a lovely match. I really enjoyed the match itself as well. Like, because it was one of these ones that ran into the overrun, overran into the pay-per-view itself, because that's the thing we're doing now, apparently.
Yes. But when you were watching it live, did it just run straight into the pay-per-view? Because I missed a bit, because they cut to credits and then they obviously brought it back up, but there was a little chunk of the match missing.
I think when it came up and it said copyright AEW, like sometimes on Triller it does that, then it carries on going and you think it's going to carry on into the pay-per-view itself and it doesn't. So as soon as the little copyright AEW thing came up, I quickly switched out and went to the actual show itself, so I'm not sure if it did carry straight on through into it.
Okay, because
but I just switched it over just to be sure.
That's really weird, because I watched it this morning and the whole thing had been put into one file, because I was looking for 0 Hour and I couldn't find it, so I just hit play, like thinking, oh, maybe they've stuck them together, and they had. So yeah, there was just a little chunk missing, but that's okay.
They do that with the Ring of Honor pay-per-views as well now. Like they put the pre-show and the and the main event into like one big thing, which is, I think, is better, because then that way you've got less chance of missing something.
I feel like they need to be clear when they're doing that, because I've definitely done that before with the Ring of Honor one, where I've gone, oh, I guess 0 Hour is not on the streaming service, it must just be on YouTube, and then watched it on YouTube and then been like, oh, it was all joined together. But yeah.
Yes, yeah. I think post show they kind of just like stick them together.
Edit. Yeah. I did feel a little bit sad that looking at the field of men, watching the show, I was like, I wonder who's going to get eliminated first. I bet it's Rocky, and then it was. I was like,
Rocky.
Most important man in wrestling, and there we go. That's how we treat him.
Poor little guy.
Yeah.
I did enjoy Trent's flowery pants.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
And I was like, oh, flowery pants.
Oh, he's got new pants. He's got new gear for the pay-per-view, but he's on the pre-show. I liked that. I liked that he came in hood up, tits out. We haven't been able to say that for a while because we haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, hood up, tits out.
Enjoyed that. I think because he was trying to push Commander out, wasn't he? And he was like yelling, like, just like get out or something, and then Commander flipped him over. But then
that was very funny.
Daniel Garcia stole Commander's mask. What a mean boy!
An absolute horrible boy. Horrible boy he
is. The sweetest little guy. Don't be mean to
Commander.
And
then put his mask on and was dicking about, and then immediately got eliminated.
As he should.
So that's what you get. That's what you get, Daniel Garcia.
Yes. I thought Anthony Bowen said he was going to use this match to demonstrate to the Ops that he's a killer, but I actually can't remember anything he did in this match at all.
He got like one move in, from what I recall, and I tell you what, who did stand out was just Shibata being a shithouse.
Yeah.
That I enjoyed that thoroughly. Heel Shibata is great. I fucking love him. There was like someone sat on the turnbuckle and it looked like they were about to like tie up and do a move, and like Shibata just pushed them off.
Yeah,
so they were eliminated, and I went, yeah.
There were so many bits in this match where I was like, what are you doing? Just push them.
Yeah.
Ricochet managing to not fall to the floor by holding on to Jack's hair looked painful as fuck. And that whole end part where Jack like narrowly managed to save himself and went on to win, and I was like, God, you nearly didn't though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I did wonder, like, I was like, oh shit, what happens if his feet do actually touch the floor, and then
we have to do a different ending.
Yeah, I was just like, oh shit. Like, I guess they'd get round it by having another Ricochet Jack match.
Exactly.
But that would have obviously been less nice than what actually happened.
But, you know, if you will do risky spots, if you will do a big risky spot in the middle of your fucking Battle Royale, then that's what you get.
These things will happen, unfortunately. Yeah, but he very narrowly avoided fucking up the ending by getting his legs back on the apron.
That must have happened in wrestling, like somebody got eliminated in a Battle Royale before they were meant to.
Oh yeah, that's happened a few times, because like there was a period of like Kofi Kingston in the Royal Rumble doing something stupid to keep himself in the match, so you would think he'd been eliminated, but he would land like with his feet on a chair, or I think he ended up with his feet in a pile of pancakes one time. And there was various ways, but then one time, twice it's happened now, I think. The thing that he was meant to do to keep him in the match kind of fucked up, and he ended up eliminated. Oh. And it was like, oh no. So, yeah, it can go wrong, and it has gone wrong. It's the risk you take, unfortunately, with trying to do smart stunts in a Rumble match.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I think do it. Make us believe that it's all real and that shit could go a different way. That's what we want. And in fact, that is the theme of this whole pay-per-view for me, is that I feel like I just did believe so much of it. It's like, yeah, I'm biting on everything. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I refuse to even play any of the like prediction games, because I was like, I don't want to think about it. I just want to go in and be surprised. If I overthink it,
I think maybe that's what it is. Maybe I shouldn't have overthought it.
I don't think so. I think the less you think about it, the better. I just wanted to be entertained. So that does bring us, I think, to the main show, unless there's anything else about the Battle Royale you would like to say.
I'm just going through all the bits and bobs that happened in my brain. Oh, it was just really nice.
It was really
like
fun.
When Jack won and his family were there, and it was all very sweet. Yeah.
Just nice. Yeah, love that.
It's just nice.
I like it.
But
when
yes,
nice
we have a
happens.
new national champion finally. Which I was enjoying Ricochet's run, but I'm not mad about Jack winning it at all. I'm thoroughly deserved. Seeing as he's beaten Ricochet a load of times and then not actually gotten the belt, so...
Yeah, he's finally got it. I did enjoy TK Cooper's tweet about this, because this weekend coming, Ricochet is fighting Michael Oku in Coventry. And Teeks tweeted, Michael Oku and Rev Pro UK really thought they were getting a national title defence in Coventry. Crying emoji. That's my Jungle Boy right there. His hatred for Michael Oku remains undimmed. Silly boy.
What a gremlin.
I know.
What a gremlin boy.
He's a horrible boy. He's the best.
Horrible boy.
But we love it. We love horrible boys.
We do.
Horrible boy, affectionate. Yes. Okay. So, the show opens with the match that we have been moaning about for months, which is...
Yeah, I mean, at least they did it first.
FTR versus the Young Bucks. They did so much, stuff to give this emotional significance for the Bucks as well, like having that family package at the beginning, and then having the Bucks come out with all their kids, plus like their brother's kids as well.
Yeah.
So many kids.
It was so cute.
It was extremely cute.
So cute.
But it really scared me to the point where I wrote, "Are the Bucks going to retire? What's happening?" Like, it was too much cute. I was like, "This is bad." So this bodes ill. But then I thought, "Hey, maybe they're going to win."
No, sadly, no. Yeah, I mean, because they did all that, but I think it was maybe because they've never really done something like that before, and we know they're kind of, you know what I mean, like their contracts are up next year, and is. I think they've made pretty big hints that they're going to be wrapping it up. So, like,
I don't like that.
I don't like that. I try not to think about it. But yeah, I think it's just because they've never. It was sort of a hometown thing. Yeah. It's like Rancho Cucamonga's just up the road, and like they've never really done anything like that before. So it was really nice. It was just really nice to see, and I'm glad that they did it like before they do eventually wind up, which is still a way off yet, but. Yeah, I think it was just nice that they got to do that and share it with the family and stuff. It was really, really nice.
It was really, really sweet, and they made it throughout the whole match as well. So they had all their kids ringside. Matt at one point went and got like a mid-match pep talk from his child, which was
Oh, that was so cute.
So cute.
But Nick ran the blade.
Yes.
Nick Jackson ran the blade. That was the first that we haven't seen that in a while. I haven't seen a bleeding buck in a hot minute.
Bleeding buck in a hot minute. Yeah. So much blood. And the fact that it was like the first proper match of the pay-per-view and somebody was already bleeding, I was like, oh God.
Yeah. It was like, oh, right, this is setting the tone for where this night's gonna go.
Yes, it truly was. Nick also went flying in a puddle of blood at one point, which was very funny. Sorry, Nick.
He did. He did a full slipping on a banana skin on a
in a puddle of blood. So disgusting.
Yeah.
And because I was like, are they going to mop? They're going to have to mop up the floor because like that can't be going on all night of people just sliding in blood.
Sliding around in blood. Yeah, no, they obviously ran around with a mop or something after, or like a Swiffer.
Yeah.
After the match.
Swiffer.
But yeah, yes. He was bleeding so much. He was like, and there was at one point I'm like, is Dax bleeding or is Nick just bled on him?
Yeah, I think Dax was bleeding as well at one point.
He was in the end, yeah.
Just blood everywhere, just yee. For how much I complained about it, I did actually really enjoy most of this match. I think it did go on a little bit too much. Like there were too many near falls to the point where like, I think I kind of felt cheated by the actual finish because I was like, you did all that. You had the Bucks fight through all that, fight from underneath, have the pep talk with the kids and do all this stuff. And then they still lost. I was like, oh, I don't like that. I don't. That's too much.
No.
That's too much.
No. But we all know why they lost is because it was preordained fucking months ago that we have to do fucking FTR versus Cope and Christian for the belts. God. I would argue didn't need belts. I would argue they could have done that feud regardless.
That they could have just forgotten that Cope and Christian were signed and never seen them again. But nonetheless they returned.
They did. Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at seeing them come back because I knew they were coming back. It's just that, like, they could have easily done the FTR feud without them. And it isn't even a case of, I mean, as much as I would have liked it if the Bucks had won, I'm just a bit tired of the tag belts being passed around between the same people.
Yes. I think, I think there's something to be said for not constantly focusing on old people from other promotions that we'll come back to very, very soon.
Yeah.
But you're right. I kept trying to say, well, maybe this won't happen, but it's gonna happen, and we can't stop it.
Sadly, we cannot stop it. But it just kind of just sort of gripes at me a little bit when you've got like teams like, you know, like the Rascals and sort of Eddie and Ortiz now, they're tagging up quite a lot. There's just so many different interesting tag teams in that division. I'm not a huge fan of it just getting passed around between the same sort of 3-4 teams. Like,
no,
open it up
it's
a
bullshit.
bit.
Yeah, open it up a bit.
Yeah.
Just get over it. Like, fine, the Young Bucks don't have to be champions again. FTR don't have to be champions again. And Cope and Christian can retire. Why are the Young Bucks retiring? Anyway, no, never mind. We're not going to be too mean. We're not going to be mean just because you're over caffeinated. I did think it was mean to lean in so hard to the like personal family stuff and have this big like emotional core of that in the match and then be like, nah, they still lost though.
Yeah, it does feel a bit, yeah. But then again, it's like I could totally see them wanting to do it that
they're
way
assholes,
as well.
yeah.
Like, so yeah, absolute emotional terrorists.
Yeah.
Like all of the elite.
Yeah,
so
they just like to hurt us.
They
How many hearts do we give this?
I think for all that I was mostly just invested in the book side of it. But I did enjoy it. They like, because we always dread it, but then this was actually a really fucking good match. But also, I don't want to see that match again for a good
ever
while,
good.
ever, or
It's
ever,
fine.
preferably.
It's fine. We've done best of 5. We don't have to do best of 7. It's fine.
No, we do not, because I don't get what the significance is of doing best of 7s all the time anyway.
No. But I did enjoy some of the FTR shenanigans in spite of myself. Like when Cash was biting Dax's hand to stop him tapping out. That amused me.
That was hilarious. That was so funny. And then it was the shots to Stokely Hathaway.
Stokely's reaction faces. Yeah. Amazing.
He is never off. He assumes that a camera is on him at every single point of the match. Like, whenever he's out at the ring, he never drops character at all.
Well, as well he shouldn't. People can see him.
As well he shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, some people do. That's the thing. When people don't think the camera's on them, they kind of like, they drop character a little bit. But Stoke was emoting like crazy all the way through this match. It was glorious.
Yeah, it's great.
It was so good.
I think I might give this 4 broken hearts.
I think 4 was about where I was at.
I was really invested in it, but I was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I'll go with that, yeah.
Surprisingly invested. And, you know, they bled so much for this match. I do wish the camera angle on Nick slipping over had been slightly better, because that is a comedy gif waiting to happen.
Yeah, we just kind of saw flailing limbs and heard the squeak of his shoes.
That was good.
Whoop!
That was good, yeah. So that brings us to Timeless Toni Storm versus Marina Shafir in a everyone barred from ringside match.
Yes.
Good video package to begin with. Good video
Very
stuff.
good, yes.
Enjoyed that a lot.
They were always good at that. Always good at all that.
Yeah, and Tony's
video packagey things.
Toni always looks fucking amazing, and I really loved her entrance gear with her giant fucking floofy coat.
Yeah.
Flounciest coat imaginable. It was amazing.
I was really looking forward to this match. I feel like it should have got a little bit more time. Felt a bit short. It felt like it kind of stopped before it really got going, but I guess we're getting a no holds barred rematch on Wednesday.
That's kind of weird.
I mean, I guess, it was kind of weird. I was a bit like, well, why didn't they just do the no holds barred step in the first place? Like, it was kind of like, well, you know, when they did like Mox versus Cope, and then on Wednesday they did a hardcore match, and it was like, well, why would you not just do the hardcore match on the pay-per-view? That seems a bit silly.
I don't know. Unless it's like they didn't want to, like maybe they didn't want to repeat stuff.
Maybe. And I suppose it was like, this was quite a bloody show already, I guess. You know, so maybe they were just trying to balance it out. I'm not sure, but I think I would have made this a no holds barred match. But I am really enjoying kind of the fact that Marina has found her thing now, because, like, you know, I've been like saying that she's cool as fuck for like ages, and then it's only like since the Death Riders that it all kind of came together. So yeah, it's like, I like the fact that she's just now this fearless fucking warrior woman who will just beat the shit out of anyone. I think that's perfect. That's what you are.
Yeah.
Do a character around that, laughing.
Yeah, it's really fun to put her with a character like Toni Storm, who is almost cartoonish and just kind of pure force of chaos, to have Marina be so sort of like grounded and real and based in martial arts. It was a nice
match of styles as well, I thought, because like Toni is a bit more like, there's a bit more of a flourish about it, and then like Shafir is so sort of no nonsense that like Toni had to sort of get down to that sort of grounded level as well, and like do a bit of graps and you know. I enjoyed that
bit where Toni had Marina in a rear naked choke and like hooked her legs around, and Marina just sort of like somehow managed to like stand up with her wrapped around her. Was like, that's mad.
Yeah,
that is
insane.
Serious strength going on. There was a lot of that. There was a lot of feats of strength.
Though Marina's back is the most. She's got muscles where I didn't know muscles were supposed to be.
I know. It makes me regret my entire life. I was like, why didn't I just start lifting weights from the age of 10 or something? But I didn't, and now I'm old. The fact that this came down to biting, though, is very funny.
Yeah.
So Toni bit Marina's foot more than once. And then she bit her boob, and then that was how she won.
She did bite her on the titty. Yep. That was very funny.
I mean, I feel like that's probably not a legal move, but hey.
I'm not sure. I don't think you're allowed to bite people on the tits.
No.
But then, you know, the dudes bite each other all over all the time.
They do. And yeah, we had a whole thing with people biting on the dick for a while, so yeah, why not?
Yeah. Oh, I miss Jack biting people on the dick. That was really funny.
It was really funny.
Bring back the dick biting.
Bring back dick biting. I had a couple of commentary issues in this. Well, issues. There was a bit where Excalibur pointed out that Marina was using one of Claudio's moves, or that she's doing those uppercuts that are so synonymous with Claudio. And Tony Schiavone like chipped in and was like, yeah, but I think she's taught the Death Riders a lot too. And I thought, that's nice. Well done, Tony. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And then Nigel decided to chat about blood and guts and how Toni didn't tap out for her own sake, but for the love of her friend.
Ew.
It's not her friend, Nigel. That's her wife.
It's her wife.
Jesus
Nigel.
Fucking Christ. Is it that difficult?
It really shouldn't be. Why do they have such an issue
with it? They really won't do it, will they?
It's so weird.
It's really weird.
So weird.
I hate that.
It's like, it's more weird that you are somehow, for some reason, refusing to say it than it is if you just said it.
Because she says it all the time, so it's not like the show doesn't allow it. I don't get it.
Very odd. Very, very odd. I don't understand it. I don't understand what that weird mental block they all seem to have.
Really strange.
It's like, it's giving gal pals, which is so fucking patronising. I hate it.
I mean, I think, if anything, if they're really not going to say it, like, maybe they should go back to some really, really, really retro euphemisms and, like, kind of make it appropriate to Toni Storm's timeless time period. But I can't think what that would be. But, like, that would be kind of fun. But no, it's bullshit. Because Toni Storm says she's a wife, so say wife. Just say wife. It's not that fucking difficult.
Just say wife. Yeah. I don't understand why it's so hard just to say it. Like, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, and it's like a small thing, but it's like...
But it sticks out every time they do it, because it's so glaringly weird. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it just rankles a little bit, and it's like, there is absolutely no reason for why this is happening. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
Just say wife.
Just say wife. Like, we were complaining about lover, and friend is even worse. But Toni did win, so that's good. She got, as they said, a Tinseltown victory, and then she walked up the ramp and lay on the floor and writhed around for long enough that it's like, oh, something bad's about to happen, and something really bad did happen, which is that Ronda Rousey showed up.
Blech. Yeah.
Get her out of here. We don't want her. Don't want it. I
mean, they were kind of hyping this up on commentary, and then at the press conference after, Toni had become quite non-committal about
Okay.
what was to follow. It was just like, oh, she's friends with Marina Shafir and she's welcome anytime, which is like, no, the fuck she's not.
No, the fuck she's not. But also, like, yeah, on commentary they were like, oh, we could have 2 women in the Death Riders and they could be a tag team. And I was like,
no,
this is our fault for saying we wanted more women, and they just not that one though. Just not that one. We don't want that one.
Absolutely. Well, any woman who isn't her, like
no, don't say that.
Actually, no, forget I said that.
We're gonna have
there's definitely more than one problematic woman
There's some
wrestler.
bad ones, but could we please have non-homophobic, non-transphobic, non-racist, like
no Sandy Hook deniers.
No Sandy Hook deniers.
That's pretty big
no,
one.
like,
no anti-vaxxers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, no fucking, just bigots of any stripe.
That would be ideal. Yeah, not bigoted and not like, like I don't want any like flat earthers. I don't want any of that nonsense.
Yeah, and it just kind of it sticks in the craw when it's like someone who has openly been transphobic and never apologised for it can get an open invite to come back at any time, and yet we haven't seen Nyla Rose wrestle since 2024.
But they are, when they didn't sign what's his face, Trey Miguel, because of the homophobia, I was like, well, that seems good. Like, yeah, maybe don't sign people who are bad. But other than that, like, they do seem to just bring out, roll out Ric Flair all the fucking time, just when you think you've seen the last of him. Like, can we have some kind of policy, please? It'll be really nice.
Like, what's the fucking limit? Like, so Trey Miguel said some homophobic shit, which is inexcusable, obviously, but he did apologise for it. He gets banned from being at AEW, but then Ronda Rousey, open transphobe, gets an open invite to come on, and it's like, okay, well, we see where your fucking lines are then. Like, no, you can't be homophobic, but transphobia is fine. Like, that's what it's giving. Like, and again, like I say, and you can't even book your own trans talent to wrestle anywhere. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Sort it out, please.
But I absolutely do. I do not care who she's friends with. I don't care who likes her. I don't give a shit. I don't care if people I like her. I don't give a fuck. Keep her off the show.
Yeah,
don't want her there.
Fuck her off in the bin.
All the way off in the bin.
Other than that, like, I probably would have. If the match itself is probably another 4 stars. Like, I was here for it. It was fun. It was a bit short.
Yeah, it was a really fun match. I just wish they just hadn't done that, and because it did kind of, it sucked the air out of the room. Like, nobody, like, the crowd didn't react well to it. Like, the crowd didn't want her there either. So it's not like it's just us being on the internet and being pissed off about it. It was everybody. Nobody wants her there. But it also kind of, the vibe, it's made the vibe well off for like a fair chunk of the show after this, because it was just like everyone's like, oh, fucking really, fuck off.
I hate that that's so much of enjoying wrestling at the moment, is like, you can enjoy something and then, oh look, here's someone fucking terrible to ruin your day.
Yeah, just absolutely fucks with the vibes really badly, and I'm not here for it. Because the match that followed, I was really looking forward to, but it took me a minute or two of being like, what the fuck? Why is she there? Fucking no. Like, go away. Yeah. And it kind of coloured my enjoyment for, like, the first sort of half of this match. Like, and I know some people, like, just dipped.
Really?
Completely.
Wow.
Yeah. They especially some of our trans friends were just like...
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Fuck that. And I don't blame them either. They were absolutely justified, because it's like, oh, this is who AEW are going to choose to platform, is it? When they can't even book their trans wrestlers.
I wish they fucking wouldn't. I have to admit, like, I was watching the pay-per-view and my partner's working, but like he works from home, so he popped in just as that was happening. And I was like, I don't know who that is. And he said, oh, it's Ronda Rousey. I was like, she's bad, isn't she? And he's like, yeah, she's pretty bad. And that's about, I was like, I didn't Google it then because I didn't want to like see anything. So it's been afterwards being like, I remember that there's a controversy and I don't remember what it is. And then I hate this. I hate having to fucking be like, oh, let's find out how fucking shit a person can be. Like,
yeah, it's like, should I be excited about this person turning up?
Stop showing me shit, people. Stop showing me shit, people.
It's not good. It's not good times. It just throws the vibe off. It's shit.
Yes, and there's something else that's gonna throw the vibe off the other side of this match. But I have to admit that I was not looking forward to this because I really got. I for some reason I got really pissed off at the whole like no time limit thing. I was just like, fuck off, Moxley. If you want to do matches with no time limit, like go win yourself a belt that doesn't have a time limit attached. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? But it's wrestling. Like, people just bend rules and break them when they feel like it.
Especially because I had posted on Blue Sky earlier in the week when they announced that it was that Thekla versus Chris Statlander was going to be 2 out of 3 falls. I was like, well, this match had better fucking go longer than that no time limit Continental Classic match. And guess what? It didn't.
No, of course it didn't. Of course it fucking didn't. Because when does it ever? Like,
that's ridiculous, though. 2 out of 3. Oh, just like even on a pay-per-view that I broadly enjoyed most of it, I'm still like, oh, fuck's sake, why do we have to still deal with sexism, transphobia, whatever? Like, fuck off. Everyone just fucking stop being shit. Thank you.
If everyone could just refrain from being shit, that would be
it would be really, really nice. Especially because, like, you know, I know a lot of people feel that we shouldn't really criticize AEW because obviously it's leagues ahead of WWE, but it's like, that doesn't mean they get a free pass to do shit things.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're immune from criticism.
No.
This is the sort of part of the fandom that really annoys me, is that if you offer up any kind of good faith critique, it immediately gets shouted down by Tony Khan's strongest soldiers who think that he can do no wrong and that he's a booking genius, and it's like, he's not. He's fucking not.
It happens with everything. It happened to me with Rev Pro booking no women on International Women's Day, that I was getting Andy Quilden's biggest supporters. It's just a load of shit. Anyway, we persevere. We continue to shout about things because the alternative is to let them win, and we never will.
Never. So,
nah,
you pull some fuck shit, we're going to shout at you for it. Deal with it.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually do think it's worth, as you say, it looked like Tony Khan had maybe walked back a bit how much involvement she was going to have. So keep yelling, because it seems like he will have to listen. Anyway, just delete her from the footage, please.
Yeah, they were fully, like, apparently they posted a picture on Instagram and they were getting absolutely reamed in the comments. Like, people going, this ain't it, chief. So yeah, they do occasionally, they're good about listening to people, so
sometimes, so just got to be loud enough. Enough. Okay, Mox versus Takeshita. So, interestingly, this was the second match in a row that had everybody is banned from ringside stip. And I kind of thought that meant that the main event was going to be all kinds of interference. But I think we were relatively low on interference the whole night. Relatively. It's just
more
decent.
Like, there was fewer fucky finishes than I was expecting, which is a good thing, because I like I've said before, they were relying on fucky finishes a bit too much recently. So yeah, I'm glad that a lot of them ran just sort of straight without 20 million different people getting involved.
Yeah, so this no time limit match ran to about 23.5 minutes ish.
Yeah, so like just a tiny bit over what it would have been anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, so
matches.
There was no fucking point in even doing that. You might as well just... Anyway, it was fine. I think this is probably going to be a lot of people's match of the night. I was a bit bored by the time it was about 6 minutes in, so I was like, oh no, this could be happening to me for such a long time. But it kind of wasn't. It was It was fine. It was just
it's just not your thing, is it? The Continental title is not your cup of
it's
tea
weird, isn't it?
at all.
How much I fucking hate it. It's just consistently like, no, and also I think, again, this is another one, another sort of victim of the slightly too long between pay-per-views thing, in that like it's just gone on for so long that I've stopped caring.
That is the other thing, isn't it? It's a bit like, yeah, I don't know. It felt a bit weird. Like this match felt like it was going to be kind of the decider kind of thing, and maybe Takeshita was going to win it. And then,
but then he didn't.
Then he didn't. Like, which I think maybe it was like Tony Khan occasionally has an issue with not pulling the trigger when he should. And I think this was maybe time to pull the trigger on it. I don't love the idea, because they've done it for like the past 2 Continental Classics. Is like the champ has pretty much held on to the Continental title.
In which case, just why fucking bother? Just make it a trophy. Oh yeah, I hate the Continental.
Don't
Classic.
have the defense. If it's gonna be a thing where the guy who's holding the Continental is going to hold it all the way through to the C2, then why were we even bothering having defences? Like,
I don't know. And I think we're also just really spinning our wheels on Mox and what we're doing with him. And I don't know why, but it did feel like...
I think they're just letting him have that belt, and so he can just have stupid matches with whoever he likes.
Anyway, he's Jon Moxley.
Yeah,
he
exactly. Like Tony Khan wouldn't put a Mox match on the card even if he didn't have a belt. Come on.
I'm over it. I think I don't like that the Death Riders storyline has just become nothing, and now it's just nothing. Like, all the urgency that we built up just went nowhere. Nothing is really happening. They're basically irrelevant. Over it. Don't care anymore.
But there is a lot of things we can say about with that whole thing. It was like it was such a big thing, and then when Hangman won and everything, and they kind of fucked him over as well. So it's like, it's kind of like they did it all to build to that one moment, and then clearly didn't think about what was going to follow after. I mean, I don't know why they didn't do the thing when like Mox had sort of gotten like pretty much back over with the crowd and stuff. I don't know why they didn't do like the rest of them turning on him then, because that would have been more interesting than,
because if you're going to have him basically be a face and the rest basically be heels, like, why didn't we just split them up? Why didn't we do that? I don't know. I hate this, because actually what it has done is mean that I'm kind of bored of Jon Moxley, which I don't want to be. Like, I really like and respect him, and I like watching him wrestle usually, but like I think I've just kind of bored. Do something different now, please.
It does feel a bit wheel spinny now. Like,
yeah.
It's just kind of that everything is as it was. Like, they're not sort of doing this as much as they were doing when Mox had the world title. Like, they're not sort of interfering and causing problems all over the place and being like this sort of dominant force in they're just kind of there.
They're just kind of there
now. Yeah. And it's like, if they'd have done like where they turned on Mox, like they could have run on with that and done some really interesting stuff with it. And it's like, now we're a bit removed from when that probably should have happened. It's like, I don't understand why they didn't do it myself.
No, I don't know why they didn't do it.
Because it does feel a bit like the Death Riders are just wheel spinning.
I wanted him to just lose all the way through the Continental Classic and have them turn on it. I don't know. I think in the moment it's like, oh, they did something we didn't expect, but now it's like, but then they didn't do anything else ever.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, there was no follow through on it, kind of thing. Which is, following through isn't always good, but I think they should have followed through on this one.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, you never know, do you? Because, like, I guess they might have done something different and we wouldn't have liked that. So, but I just think we're just sort of stuck in the mud on this. Which makes it hard to give this a heart rating, because I'm like, yeah, it was good wrestling. Didn't care though.
Yeah, that's the thing, and this is what we judge it on, is how much we care. But then, that being said, it was a beautiful bit of graps. So I can't score it too low because of that. I think about a 3, middle for diddle.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't like it as much as the other thing. And then we got a really beautiful, fun little video packagey thing of Will Ospreay being rebuilt in a tank. And I wanted to be happy about it, but I've got the ick now. So I don't trust him. And now and that's really hard to feel like, yay, our big baby face is back, when I'm like, yeah, but I think you might kind of not be a good person.
Yeah, it does. It's unfortunate, isn't it? I in all fairness, I was quite kind of, when they did that video package, I was like, oh, yay, that's really, fuck's sake.
Like, the video itself was really creative. And I think, as long as I've been a wrestling fan, there have been people saying, oh, Will Ospreay, I can never like him because he's a terrible person. He's done all these bad things. And I've just been like, but I think he's grown up. I think he's grown out of that. I think he's, changed. And I've seen him handle difficult, potentially violent situations with fans and completely calm everything down and like just be like really good at just diffusing a situation. I've seen him donate thousands and thousands of pounds to various GoFundMes for wrestlers who are injured. He's done loads of stuff where I'm like, I think he's a good boy. I even, for quite a while, with all the Eve stuff, it felt like the most prominent person in most of Eve's marketing was Will Ospreay. And I kind of was like, well, but it's weird that a women's wrestling promotion is constantly harping on about a man, but Will's using his star power in a good way to promote this, and I think that's a good thing. And then the whole stuff last week came out, and I'm just like, oh, maybe everyone was right when they told me to be more careful with my heart.
For my thingy, I don't think he's a bad person. I just
think it's obviously stupid. People contain multitudes. Yeah. I don't think he's a bad person. I just think he's a dumbass. Is what I think, and maybe too fond of the wrong people, and just a bad judge of character. But that doesn't necessarily make someone a bad person. No, it's true. And the same with Hangman, in that, like, the man who plays Hangman, the deal. Like, as much as I can intellectualize and I can understand that, people obviously care about their friends and whatever, and have different perspectives and know things that I don't know and whatever. I can't deny that I have just kind of got a bit of an ick with both of them. Yeah. Little tiny bit of an ick. Just a bit of a like, oh, I don't feel that excited about you now because I think, and it's not necessarily rational. So it is what it is. I think that's the thing. It's like, people can feel how they want to feel about it, and it's like, at least in the case of like Hangman / man who plays Hangman, whatever, it like, I think he gets that as well. Yeah, like he fully understands that there are people who feel let down by it. There's people who feel disappointed by it, and stuff. And if that makes them turn away from him as a character on TV, then that's fine. So at least on that level, it's understood. But yeah, it's just a bit like, why are you so stupid? Why are you men so stupid? Yeah, like, can you just not be stupid? Yeah, begging exactly. Men to not be stupid. and ultimately, probably everybody in wrestling is stupid and blind, and everybody in life has, you have to pick your battles. And it is what it is. I think it is just, a bit of an emotional response of just like, oh, I don't feel excited to see you right now because I feel like I'm still mad. I'm a bit angry at you. Yeah, exactly. And I can get over it, and I do get over it frequently with lots of people, and we'll get to this later. But that's just where I am right now. And as with our heart ratings, we have never pretended that we are somehow completely intellectualizing everything and not having emotions, because that's not what we do. So no, that isn't why we're here. No. If you're looking for like
sort of in like analysis beyond how we feel about things, then maybe this is not the podcast for you.
No. Imagine being like, well, I've listened to 140 episodes, but this is my final I mean, it could happen.
I was surprised that because for some reason I entirely forgot that it was the Death Riders who murdered him, and obviously they would be the first people he'd come after when he came back, and I was like, oh, he's going after Mox, is he? He's like, oh no, actually, that does actually make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I know. We'd fully
booked
booked him coming back in a completely different part of the pay-per-view in our heads. So yeah, it was like, oh,
absolutely, yeah, and probably the same bit as well. Like, but we now know there's a reason for that. There's a reason why you didn't come out in that part of the match.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Maybe we will get some traction on the Death Riders storyline now that Ospreay's back. Maybe that's why, because he's been out since Forbidden Door, hasn't he?
Forbidden Door, yeah.
It's been a
6
while.
months or so.
Yeah. So maybe that's why we've been spinning our wheels endlessly.
Maybe. I am now wobbling on my Will is definitely main evented at Wembley though this year. Like I'm not quite as sure on that now, because if he wins the Continental from Mox, then maybe he won't. Unless we're doing yet another double belting, which I don't really want. Yeah. There's so many people on that roster. Why are we giving like one person 2 belts?
Yeah, I think we're at the point where we keep giving people multiple belts to the point where it's almost not remarkable anymore. Then it's like you've got too many belts, or you're not spreading them around enough. But speaking of, that was a nice segue. Around. Well done. Because then we go into the... right. Many themes from this episode so far are about to recur. So we had the Women's World Tag Team Championship match. The Babes of Wrath defending against the Divine Dominion. I don't think we knew that was their name until now, did we?
No, it's they did a big reveal with the name of the team on the big screens. I was like, I like that.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
I thought it was Divine Domination at first, and I was like, ooh, spicy. But no, it's Divine Dominion, which is
I think I prefer your version.
I think I prefer the spicy version myself, yeah.
Spicy. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Fuck 5 minutes. In the story that they told, in that sense, I understand it. In a sort of real sense, I'm like, 5 fucking minutes. 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I think if all the other women's matches hadn't been so short, and if we weren't constantly complaining about women's matches being too few and too short, it wouldn't have stuck out. But as it was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. It was very... I do wonder if it was like they were running short on time, like some other stuff overran and they had to cut a couple of minutes off it.
Well, if it did, don't fucking cut this.
No, because there were other matches that did go a bit too long, where they could have easily snipped a few minutes off it. Like...
Yeah. Yes, but I did wonder if maybe Willow actually was a little bit banged up. But that's the beauty of kayfabe. Maybe they worked me. But yeah, she lost. They lost their titles, which is kind of a good thing. Like, yeah, let's start moving some titles around. Let's move these tag titles around. You know, you brought them in, you gave them to a team. Now let's get them moving around and have a tag division that's you know, dynamic.
Yeah, and like kind of quicker reigns as well would be good with these sort of. I think like having them sort of not necessarily hot potato him, but like not necessarily have every reign being super long. Yeah, it doesn't really need to be.
No, so I don't hate that they dropped them. And yeah, in the story, and I was listening to Tunnel Talk yesterday, and they were talking about the backstage segment with Willow, and saying like she seems like she's doing a character shift. Like there seems something about her energy which is a bit like, is she going a bit heelish, or is she doing you know, something seems slightly different. You know, we've seen this woman give but they I think they had done what we often do as well, which is kind of go into like, or is it just that there was something a bit weird that day and it doesn't mean anything. Like, wrestling gaslights
you never know.
Yeah, you stop believing your own eyes. You're constantly going, well, I thought they were trying to tell me something, but maybe they weren't. But if that is, it's her hubris, her wanting to be a double champion, agreeing to do 2 matches on a pay-per-view that led to her losing the belt with Harley. So if I believed in wrestling telling coherent stories, I would be like, well, that's what we're doing, that's now going to be conflict between them because they've lost the belts and it's kind of Willow's fault for agreeing to that other match. But really, I'm going, 5 minutes, that's all we fucking get. Even though, as you say, storyline-wise, it makes total sense.
It does, yeah. Thing is, I think maybe if the other women's matches had been a bit longer, it would be less egregious.
Yeah, exactly. I really quite enjoyed this whole morning, just watching this pay-per-view and mostly kind of not thinking about it and mostly just enjoying the matches. But I think this was the one bit that really snapped me into like, what the fuck just happened? But like, there were things that I liked in this. I love how Lena Kross gets into the ring. Like, she steps on the middle rope and then like steps over the top rope to get in. That's really fun.
I love it when tall people do tall people shit.
Me too. Delightful. Love that. I liked that they were doing like callbacks to the first match and Willow trying the same move again that she won the TBS match with, and obviously Lena Kross being like, "No, I'm wise to you now. I'm not gonna fall for that."
Yeah.
They did really nice
in the
bits.
time that there was some nice little storytelling bits.
Yeah.
Throughout it, like they did as much as they could with the time that they got, for sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Absolutely. I did also think about that tweet about, oh god, I can't remember the exact wording. Because see if you know the tweet I mean, about like I said you're just feeding them to this. There's something about coyotes eating their dog or something, and then they just go to the shelter and get another one. And I said it sounds like you're just feeding dogs to coyotes.
Feeding coyotes with extra steps. Yeah, I know the one you mean. Like, yeah, there was somebody. It was the cats. It was they kept buying their kid a cat, and then the cat kept getting eaten by coyotes, and then they went to the shelter, and then someone said it's just like you're feeding coyotes with extra steps, and the kid started crying.
Well, I that's what I was thinking about with like Megan Bain. Is like Megan Bain is just feeding tag partners to the Babes of Wrath. Just keep feeding them, but she's finally got one that didn't get eaten.
Yeah. This is the one. This is the cat that isn't going to get eaten by coyotes. Hooray!
Keep Lena Kross indoors. Don't let her roam. She'll be safe.
It was a long way to get to that point, but I know what you mean.
Sorry. If I was smart, I would have looked up the tweet ahead of time, but I didn't. I don't know what heart rating to give this. It's so short. It should be like left on cage match, like not eligible, too short. All right,
2.5 for me. It was what it was.
I just feel mean because I think that they did a good job with what they had. I just think
they did a really good job with what they have. I just think it has to get points off for being too short.
Yeah.
But again, they could have resolved that by giving the women more time in the other matches.
Yeah. I really was hoping that the Women's World Championship match was going to be another one that like pushed the longest women's match in AEW needle over a bit, but it didn't. Not even fucking slightly. Anyway, never mind. We'll get there in a sec.
Given that it was a 2 out of 3.
Yeah, fucking bullshit. Yes. Okay, so now we come to the match to determine who is the most dangerous man in AEW. Swerve Strickland.
No titles, just the title of the most dangerous man.
The most dangerous man. This is where Bryan came in. That's pretty late, I'd say.
Bryan!
Overslept, didn't you? You overslept, didn't you?
What are you doing?
Fucking hell.
I think he just went off into the woods to be a little goat man, and he was late coming back.
Not to really fucking piss everyone off, but imagine if there were women on commentary. Imagine if a woman existed.
Yeah. Imagine if women existed in the world.
That'd be great. Like, I love them on TV so much. Imagine if they existed.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so Swerve had a really cool entrance.
Yes.
Enjoyed it a lot. He had lots of
eyeliner
on.
Candyman this time. I love it with his pay-per-view film references. It was very, very cool.
Because he's a horror movie villain, like you keep saying.
He is. He absolutely is. Let that man be a horror movie villain. God damn
well,
it.
he fucking is now. I enjoyed that somebody had a sign that said, God forgives, Brody don't.
Yeah. And we got fuck ice chants as well, which is always good. I'm glad that is like carrying on, not just in Brody matches. Like,
I was gonna say, well, it's nice that they have made it almost like a Don Callis thing, in that you get fuck Don Callis, fuck Ice too, because Don Callis is so threaded through everything that you can basically get a fuck Ice chant multiple times on any show.
Yeah, brilliant, genius. Just keep wheeling Don out, and then we keep getting the chant.
Yeah.
But yeah. I do really like that it's sort of now carried over into, like, not just Brody King matches, because I think people were like, oh, well, if it's just going to be a Brody chant, but it's not. It's spread throughout the company now, so it's taken on a life of its own.
Just do it all the time. Let them know how you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are there no penalties in AEW for literally just destroying everything in the arena?
I don't know. Always happens.
Swerve ripped off at least 2 turnbuckle pads and fucked up the floor in this match. It's like, I feel like there should be penalties.
Brody ripped off the padding from the barriers. There was a lot of property damage in this match.
Just
which
fucking everything up, yeah.
As you would expect, because Brody King is a kaiju.
Most dangerous. Well, yeah, just Godzilla-ing around the ring. Again, with the just absurd feats of strength, just Swerve popping Brody over his shoulder so he could ram him into the turnbuckle. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Is it too late for me to learn how to lift really heavy things? Because it's so cool.
I don't think so. I think we could start now. We could start just randomly lifting heavy things.
Just randomly. Just go pick up a car.
Swerve kept lifting Brody up. He did another spot where he like powerbombed him on the apron.
Yes, he sure did.
And I was like, you're over 30 when you're watching someone do that and you're going, lift with your knees, Swerve.
No, but like, oh god, like there were so many things on this pay-per-view where I'm just like, that's gonna come back to haunt you. Like, you shouldn't have done that to your body. That was really bad.
Yeah.
There was a lot of men in this match, even just men jamming each other into hard surfaces. I think Brody at one point had Swerve in the corner next to the turnbuckle and cannonballed him, so he just got shoved into the metal turnbuckle thing that he'd exposed. It was like, no, that's no.
Ooh, I always get the heebie-jeebies when they do these, where they expose that part of the turnbuckle, because it just instantly always flashes back to when Cash Wheeler caught his forearm, like the inside of his forearm, on one of because there's all little bits and bobs where things get screwed in, and basically ripped his forearm open. Like, it was a big long fucking cut that was bleeding everywhere, and he got like nerve damage in it and stuff. It was horrendous. Absolutely
that is horrendous. That's horrendous.
And
don't do that. Those pads are there for a reason.
Yeah, and then the thing is, they always used to be exposed, and then after they started putting the padding on them. So whenever someone takes it off now, it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to see anyone get ripped open on one of those.
But it's like
not good.
ripping the matting off the floor as well. Like, the main thing it does for me when they start ripping up the floor is expose how little padding there is on that floor. And you're like, that doesn't look like it absorbs much at all. So I know you're like, it's way worse if I drop you just straight on the concrete floor. But like, even with that there, I'm not sure that's good.
Yeah, even with the padding, it's gotta fucking suck. Like, those spots to the outside, especially if you're landing, like, back first as well. I would just be done at that point.
Just dust. Like, my spine would be dust.
Yeah. I would just explode like a moth.
Yeah.
Like refs have a habit of doing. When you hit a ref, they just burst into dust.
I think I would just be a pancake. I think all my bones would turn to dust and I would just be a puddle. I think that's what would happen. Because Swerve hit is it a vertebraker on the floor? Yeah, now he's dead now. That's not, no. That's, dead now.
Yeah. I don't know if he's adopted the other name for it, which is the Gringo Killer. It was, I think, Homicide called it Cop Killer at one point, but then it was the Gringo Killer. But yeah, that vertebraker's deadly. Absolutely deadly. He did it so safely, though. And it was like, he kept Brody so safe, but it looks... Kayfabe, brother. It still looks so fucking gnarly when he did it. Like, but you can see that it's done really safely, and Swervy's just great at that kind of shit. Like, doing shit that looks really fucking gnarly, but always really looking after people.
That's good. I want that to be true. But I will say, I think... perhaps as a artifact of the HD feed. So you know when people like remaster old movies and put them on Blu-ray and you're suddenly like, oh God, now I can see all the special effects and how they're done. I felt like I was seeing a lot more, like I was noticing a lot more that people were flipping themselves rather than being flipped a lot more. And I was like, is this just because this is now like crystal clear HD? Like, I need a bit more visual noise on this so that I can't see that. Can you make it a bit more low res? I don't want to see the strings.
No. It's that's the one thing with something being really, really clear. Is that sometimes you can see too much.
I could. So ultimately, Swerve won this one with a nice house call. And then just to really, like, I was going to say cement, but given that I'm about to talk about the cinder block, that feels a little on the nose. But yeah, just to really confirm that he's a bad guy now, Prince Nana went to get a cinder block and he put Brody's head on it. And it's like, no, he will actually die. Don't.
Yeah, no, don't squish people with the cinder block. We don't like that.
Don't do that. But luckily... Kenny Omega's music hit, and he came out to save the day.
And we all thought he was still going to be in Japan.
He made it back after all, although he didn't have time to change.
No. Oh, no. He always runs out in his comfies, bless him.
He does. I couldn't, actually, one thing I didn't remember to check for is if he had his eyebrows on or not in this bit.
No, I didn't check, because he did, like, a promo for... he did a promo for like New Japan about what it's like to be in the G1, and he had his eyebrows on. I was like, he's got his eyebrows on. What's he gonna do?
Yeah.
But I didn't spot whether he'd put them back on for this bit.
Either. Well, but yeah, he was here. He, as always, looked in need of a deep condition, but it was nice to see him, and I was glad he was here, and I'm glad that Brody King's head did not get squished. So that was nice. What hearts do I give this? It was actually really nicely intense and violent.
It was a really good match.
Lived up
I thoroughly
to what
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'd give it a 5. Fuck it, YOLO.
Yeah, 5. I agree, 5.
And then we got to our final women's match of the night. Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. Although I would have put this maybe
later,
yeah.
Because after this, I did look at the clock and think, there's another 2 hours, maybe a little bit more than 2 hours, and I'm not going to see any more women. That seems a bit rubbish.
Yeah, I would have put it like either between the trios matches or after the trios matches. Like,
I would have put it. Hang on. I would have put it between Bandido and Andrade and the Tornado Trios match.
Yeah,
but
that would have been a good spot for it.
But I don't know, because you don't want it right before the main. You want a big party match before the main. Although, to be fair, this wasn't not a party match for me, because I love these two and they were doing crazy shit and I enjoyed it a lot.
It was fun. I had a good time.
It was fun. I think this should have gone longer, but I liked a lot of stuff. I liked Thekla's new gear a lot. I enjoyed that she had matched herself to the Revolution colours, which, as we were discussing the other day, are immaculate, beautiful, good colour work. I love them. I liked that she had a little promo video before the match where she was just speaking in German, because that made me think of that What chant the other day and her just being like, fuck you, now I'm going to speak in German.
Yes, yeah, that was really cool. I did enjoy that. I loved a little promo in German. That was really fun. I do love the video packages that they did, like for this show overall. I think the video package was really good.
Really nicely put together. Put together.
Yeah, I think they've tweaked how they do those kind of things, and it was spot on.
It's clean, yeah. So 2 out of 3 falls. The commentary team were talking about how that meant that the match was going to be longer, but they said both of these women seem to have bottomless gas tanks. Bryan Danielson said he hadn't seen either of them ever get tired, and I thought, well, that's probably because women's matches never go longer than 15 minutes.
No.
So give them a fucking chance and maybe you would see them get tired. I have a note in my notes that says, remember to put the whipping scene in the schedule, and guess what I haven't done? Yeah, it was on Collision, wasn't it?
Collision the night before, yeah.
Yeah, the night before that. They just put some nice BDSM on the show for us.
They did.
Chris came out with an open-backed shirt and let Thekla whip her to show how fucking hardcore she is, and that was intense. And
that was very intense.
I love both of these women. I love them so much.
Yeah, with this match, I was just like, I just hope everybody has a nice time.
I think they are. I think they're having a blast.
They are, yeah.
Oh, lovely.
And I think also it's like, I could watch these two go back and forth. Like, I'm not tired of this feud yet. Like, I hope they carry it on, because it was fun.
No, that's a really good point. I'm not tired of this feud yet. I thought that on Dynamite last week we were sort of promised that we were going to get a Thekla and Toni Storm feud. So if fucking transphobe showing up also derails that, I'm going to be very angry.
Yeah. Don't want it.
But I guess we could do a bit more stuff with Chris in the meantime if we wanted to. So, interesting. So I want to stop complaining because I love these two and I did enjoy this match a lot. I think it's just some booking decisions, but I hate thinking about booking. I just want to watch the show. But, so, Thekla got the first fall, but she was cheating to get it. She was holding on to the rope where the referee couldn't see it to get extra leverage to hold Chris, which is very naughty.
Naughty.
She is naughty. She's toxic. She's a bad girl.
She is.
And commentary did a nice job, I thought, of talking up how it really sets her apart from the rest of the women's division, that she kind of thinks differently and she approaches things differently, and that makes her super dangerous. Bryan was actually suggesting that this being a 2 out of 3 falls and Thekla having got the first fall, she could do something really fucking evil and violent. He might even have said dastardly to Chris. She would get disqualified and she would lose a fall, but if she did something like, I don't know, like hit her with a weapon or something that got her DQ'd, it could then mean she would be able to get the third fall and win anyway. And I was like, oh, that's some psychology. That's evil.
Yeah.
She didn't do that though. But, she could have done. She could have done. What was good in this? Lots of spidery business. There was a spider suplex that Chris almost managed to get out of by headbutting Thekla, but Thekla just pulled herself back up because she's got abs for days and core strength off the charts. But then she got her spider superplex anyway. Stats all around the place, not stats as in Statlander, but statistics. They said that before this, Thekla has only ever been pinned twice in AEW, ever. And also, I think there was something on Chris's Chiron when she came out that said, like, she is the... what did they say? I can't remember. Basically the winningest ever because she's got the most wins of anyone in the women's division.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Overall, like, I think this was really good. It was really well put together. I could just watch Thekla doing spider shit all day, every day.
Yeah, all I want is to watch Thekla doing spider shit. But why do they have to overdo it by putting in so much cheaty, naughty stuff? Where it's like, no, but I'm pretty sure she can just beat people by being an evil spider. She doesn't actually need interference or to be holding the rope. She can just spider around and get them.
Yeah, like, she's got such an unusual offense. Like, it's very, like, she's another one where it's like she moves in a very specific way.
Yes.
That's just, like, kind of fascinating to watch in a weird sort of way. Like, and I also really want a coat with spider leggies on. Please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about the entrance gear where she was wearing a fucking tarantula coat. Oh, she's so cool.
The coolest. Just the coolest. These two are both the coolest ever. And yeah. I'm like, out of all there's feuds in AEW where you're like, oh, this has gone on a bit long now. But this one, I'm like, do it again.
Well, it's because we see women for like 2.5 minutes a week.
That's probably it. That's probably a big part of it. Yeah.
There was a bit where Stat was holding Thekla like by her feet and just swinging her into the barrier. So she got the second fall of the match, obviously, because it's 2 out of 3 falls. That's how that works. And then they just did a load of fuckery for the end, which I wish they hadn't.
Yeah.
I don't mind heels doing fuckery stuff, but I feel like every match Thekla has, they're like, well, we can't just let her win clean. It's like, you could though.
You could, quite easily. Yeah.
You could though. So there was a ref bump, again with a slightly too HD, because it maybe it was just a bad angle. It did just look like Chris pushed him. Just
we
give him
can
a little
see
shove.
too much.
Yeah. Thekla popped over to steal Paul Turner's belt while he was down.
For a second, I was like, Thekla? What are you doing?
I thought she was, because I was like, is she looking, I was like, is she going to steal something in his pocket? I couldn't figure out what she was doing. Yeah, she stole the belt. And then Statlander took the belt off her and hit Thekla with it and pinned her, but obviously there was no ref, so then the Sisters of Sin came in, and once again, completely ineffectually. Like, there's no point, like, I don't know, it's like you haven't really said Thekla only won because of them, but then why are they here? Like, what's the point? Just don't do it. Then Thekla got the pin and won the match and retained her championship.
She did.
I mean, I guess it gives Chris room to say, no, that's not the end of it. Give me another match.
I think that's, they left it kind of, they did that just to leave it open for another rematch. Which is fine. Like, I'll quite happily watch them two go at it again. So, fine with it. I just wish this match could have been a little bit longer, because it was another one of those matches where it just felt like it was getting going and then it stopped.
Yeah, because it was like 17 minutes. Like, why is this not, like, give it 25? Like, come on.
But then there were other matches, men's matches on the cards that I felt could have had a couple of minutes shaved off him. So you could have easily
all of them
shaved a couple of minutes off and then put it on this match instead.
Well, also, I feel like this pay-per-view overran anyway, because it was 5 hours 38 or something.
Did. Yeah,
so
it was a big one.
Don't come for me and say there's not time to give the women another 5 minutes per match. Like, piss off. So I think the record for the longest match still belongs to Mercedes, I think.
Yes. Yeah, it was Mercedes and Stat, wasn't it?
And it's about 24 minutes, 25 minutes. So let's get some women's Iron Man matches in here. Let's fucking move the needle on that, please. I know it's boring. It's so boring to have to keep saying it. It's so boring. I'm boring myself, but yeah, there we are. How many spiders do we give this match? 4?
I think five.
4. All right.
5 spiders.
No, you can. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
I think it was one
totally
of the
normal.
most fun matches on the card, for sure.
It was one of the most spidery matches on the card.
It was definitely the most spidery match
spiders
on the card.
Yeah. Lovely. Yes. So, like, there are 2 more trios matches on this card, Why is everything trios? Everything's trios forever.
All trios all the time in AEW,
trios
apparently.
All the time.
Yeah.
So, delightfully, beautifully, Jet Speed and Mystico came out in matching gear, and Jet Speed were wearing like Mystico style masks, and I loved that. It was so adorable.
So cute. So cute. I think, yeah, they all had like coordinating sort of silver and gold and white gear, which was beautiful. They all look like beautiful boys. It was lovely.
Yeah, so sweet. I just love them. I just love them so much.
Then we had Okada, Kyle and Davis coming out in matching Letterman jackets for some reason.
Maybe the Don Callis family all need to... Oh, it's probably a sports thing. I don't know.
They clearly... I want to know, though, what colours do the rest of the Don Callis family have on their Letterman jackets?
Oh.
Have they all got one? Or is it
I
just
want to see more behind-the-scenes Don Callis stuff. Speaking of, they said at this point something about Don Callis being conspicuous by his absence so far in this pay-per-view. And now I'm wondering if he was, like, on the same plane as Bryan Danielson and they just didn't get there in time or something.
Because... He did turn up. He did turn up,
but late, yeah.
Yeah, he was very, very late. And
no explanation for why he was late.
Maybe there was a delay with, like, people getting into California or whatever. Yeah.
Something. Yeah, interesting. So we talked about how Mystico is the CMLL, well, one of the CMLL Trios champions, and that Jet Speed have been popping over to CMLL to do stuff. So that's why they know each other. A lot of drop kicks. Well, I guess there would be because it's Okada, but lots of very nice drop kicks in this match.
Yes, the Jet and Okada were having a drop kick off, and Okada was like, "My drop kick's better than your drop kick," and the Jet was like, "But no, have you seen this?"
Why did my brain want to hear that as like McCluskey lyrics? Anyway, doesn't scan at all. So the naughty Don Callis family tried to do the same trick in this match that they had done in the match with Kyle versus Speedball, where they distract the ref and then use the belt. But it didn't work because they were wise to it this time, and Okada instead went crashing into the announce desk.
Yes.
Not sure if that was meant to happen quite so violently, but it did. Davis got just put over massive in this match. He just looked like a beast.
Him look like a beast, and I love it. I'm so happy about that because I fucking love Davis. He's great. And I just want more of that giant man on my TV.
Yeah. But having said that, I guess they made Cav look cool as fuck as well. Firstly, because he bit Okada's middle finger when he tried that, which was very funny. So much fucking biting.
I love it when everyone bites Okada's middle finger.
Just putting stuff in your mouth endlessly. But
no, you cheeky bastard.
But the end of the match had Kyle and Mystico locked on the floor trying to pin each other, and Kevin just flying over them to pin Mark Davis. Nuts.
That was
that
cool.
boy can fly. He
surely can. Fucking hell. Yeah, because he just sort of vaulted straight over those two and landed on, I think, Davis on the other side.
Yes. Yeah, Davis. So yeah, in the end, despite all of his beast mode, he did eat the pin, but that's okay. I think this is one of the matches that maybe could have been a bit shorter, because my notes say trios just goes on forever, and it kind of does, because in the same way that a tag match, a pin can get broken up by your partner, trios, there's always somebody else there to stop the match ending, and you're like, it just goes a bit much. But these are all very fun guys, and I like that we got to have, in the end, two big Mystico sing-alongs, because at the end of this match we got new champions.
We did.
So they're going to have to come up with a trio's name, because I cannot be saying Jet Speed and Mystico every time.
Mr. Cock.
And...
it's Mr. Cock. We decided last night it's Mr. Cock.
A Speeble signed off on that, because I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
But also, the match ended with Mystico getting an all-elite graphic.
Yeah, he's yet another 2 contract guy, which is delightful. Love that. I'm well into that. It's all of the people that kind of come regularly to AEW now have got a graphic. So there's like Mystico, Mascara Dorada, Hechicero, and Persephone are the 4 so far. Yeah. Which is
keep 'em all.
Fine by me, because I love them all. They're all great.
I mean, Tony Khan has way too much money, but that's a question for another time.
Well, yeah, that's his fucking business.
And when that came up, I was like, you know what? The fact that you'd all splashed out on matching gear probably should have been a hint.
I was completely taken off guard by it when they won. I was like, oh shit, like, yeah, we're actually doing
but
that.
You're like, in retrospect. But then I was tracking back, trying to be like, is the gear always a giveaway? Because Thekla was wearing Revolution colours gear and she won. But then, like we said, Greg had nice new flowery pants and he didn't win. So
no, I don't think you can always rely on on gear to inform anything, or entrances, or heartstring pulling entrances, apparently,
or literally anything. Yeah.
We
just I mean, good. I don't want to always know, but yeah, it's crazy.
I was a bit like, I'm really happy for Mr. Cock. That's fabulous. But at the same time, I was like, oh, so it was really they just did that to get rid of Hangman. Okay.
Well, to be fair, him teaming up with Jet Speed was completely out of the blue to begin with.
It was out of the blue to begin with, but it just
it was never destined to last, but yeah.
No, and I was like, oh, this is probably going to go badly for the rest of the show, isn't it? So, and it did. So, there we go.
The thing is, some of these things I feel like you could read either way. Like, it's only in retrospect that you can be like, oh, they had to take that belt off him and he didn't win. Whereas if he had won the world title, we would have been like, oh, of course he had to drop the trios title because he needed to be champion. So,
well, all the people are allowed to have 2 belts, though.
Well, yeah. I would give this an extra heart purely because seeing Speedball singing along with Mystico's music made my heart very full.
It was so cute. I loved it. Yeah, adorable.
What would I give? I might give it a 4.5. Why not?
Yeah.
It's a bit long.
That's a 4.5.
Yeah, lovely guys. Love that.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of guys that I really, really like all having a big fight. It was just fun.
I think this next match, Bandido versus Andrade, was completely superfluous, but it was still mostly fun. But I think maybe it's in the wrong place on the card because this spot should be the big party match, and actually the big party match comes after this. So all the time I was watching this one, I was like, well, this is fun, but it's just not quite fun enough.
Yeah. I think I would have maybe put it, a bit closer to the middle. Bit closer to the middle of the card rather than towards the
end. Maybe swap this with the thing is, I don't want to put the women's match in a death spot, obviously, but it was just a really long stretch of no women.
I think this would have been a good place to swap it, actually, like swap out that, like, the women's title match with Andrade and Bandido, considering it wasn't like the Andrade match wasn't like for a title or anything. Like, it wasn't like it was for Bandido's Ring of Honor world title or anything like that. So, I think I would have probably swapped them.
Again, if I'd thought about it too much in advance, the fact that Bandido's title wasn't on the line, I might have thought, oh, I guess Andrade's going to win. But because I just didn't think about it, I could just watch this match and be like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's probably the best way to be.
Sometimes it is. I don't like being too much of a smart mark. It's less fun.
Yeah, it definitely is, I think. You can tell by my tone what I think about this whole thing for the rest of the show. But there we go.
Yeah. I liked Andrade's little plaits in his hair. I thought he looked very cute.
He looked adorable. He's got his highlights done. He's had his braids put in.
Yeah.
Auntie Andrade's out on the town. He's just had a divorce.
Yeah. I thought that Bandido probably should have rehearsed taking his pants off.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, bless him. That went wrong, didn't it? Bless his heart.
Yeah.
He got stuck on his little leggy. His pants got stuck on his little leggy, and then he had to faff about and hop around and get out.
Just do a rehearsal, guys.
Yeah.
Just try it. Just check.
Just double check that the pants can be ripped off smoothly.
Yeah. Just check that they come off, like, over your shoes, because if they don't, you're going to have a bad time. But I did think it was very funny that he kind of stole that and decided to take his pants off. Very funny. We got more fuck ice chants during this one. Good shit. Andrade took his pants off as well, and I was like, that's okay. Something for the ladies.
There's something for the ladies. Yeah, the tiniest little red pants you've ever seen in your life. They were so small.
Yeah, I actually I think it's very funny when they take the trousers off to reveal their pants, but aesthetically, I wish that they wouldn't. Like, I actually would rather if you get me pants on.
Yeah, I don't really need everyone taking the pants off. I'm good. Like,
so fine. One thing that I actually, as well, about the production that I forgot to say earlier was that there was lots of like dramatic cuts to people in the crowd reacting that I actually thought were quite nice, and they were very nicely lit, and everyone looked very beautiful. So that was nice.
Yeah, that was fun. I think, although it was a little bit like. It was fun, but then it turned into, like, people just spotting that they were on camera and going, way!
Yeah, most of them didn't. I think I only saw, like, one person who realised she was on camera, but most of them didn't seem to. I think because they were so, like, in the moment of the match, they seemed to always find people who were just, like...
watching the match.
Screaming.
They did good at that. I did enjoy that the lady in the glasses who clocked that she was on camera and then just kind of put her hands above her eyes as if to say, do not perceive me, do not put me on camera. I was like, yeah, relatable. That would have been me.
Not me. Not me. What was good in this match? I don't know. I think I am finding Don Callis's gag about Andrade's selfies costing money quite funny. Even though I feel like I shouldn't, but I do find it funny.
It is funny, yeah. You just want someone chasing Andrade around and getting like 40 quid off him for taking a selfie with him.
It was like for the Polaroid, and then both Excalibur and Toni were ripping the piss out of him for being like, no, this is not a Polaroid though, it's just a phone camera.
That got me. That was proper funny. It was like, Polaroid? Really?
Polaroid, I know. Someone on commentary said that Bandido had perfected the shooting star press, and I thought, yeah, it was nice, but TK Cooper does that once a match and it's always perfect, so I whatever, I'm used to it now.
It's good,
spoiled
but it's
spoiled
not the best.
It's good, but it's not Teeks, is it? I do think we have to surely at some point the selfie girl ringside has to be like a trap. Surely, please, we're going to do something with this. Please. I know Charles Mason kind of did something in that was it on Ring of Honor or was it like an indie show where like he just ended up drop kicking the girl, I think. Like, I think we need to do something more interesting with it. I don't know.
Yeah. I think we should. I think because there's like 9 times out of 10, like it's actual like local talent, like wrestlers. It's actual wrestlers doing it. So
and it's like, if it's a wrestler, like why doesn't she do a wrestle? I don't know. Maybe they're just so that we're not caught, like we are caught off guard when she does do a wrestle, because we're so used to them being wrestlers. We're not like, oh, this time it's a wrestler. We're like, oh, it's always a wrestler. Now she's gonna suplex him. Yeah, maybe. And the other thing that was super fucking cool in this match was Bandido kept trying to get Andrade in position for the 21-plex and not quite getting it. So in the end, he just decided to do it while he was on the floor and just pick him up from there. And I thought, that's fucking cool.
It's really fucking cool. Bandido is so cool.
He's so great. Cool. I thought he should have won this. I thought he should win.
But then I'm thinking it wasn't for the Ring of Honor title, and I'm wondering if that's maybe going to be because there's a Ring of Honor pay-per-view, I think, next month.
Oh, right, as in, so that gives him justification to challenge for it.
Yeah, because he's pinned the Ring of Honor World Champions, so that's automatically give him a title shot, I think.
All right, in that case, I will allow it.
And I do wonder if that's going to be like a thing with... Because, like, Andrade was in LFI at one point, so I wonder if they're maybe going to link back up again, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is also a conversation I had with my partner this morning, because when we're trying to identify all the guys in the Battle Royale, and I was like, is that Dralistico? I think that's Dralistico. Oh, yeah, I think LFI are here. And he was like, I didn't know LFI was even a thing anymore. Is Andrade still in them? And I was like, no.
Andrade's not part of them anymore, but they somehow adopted Sammy Guevara.
Yeah. I kind of expected him to be in that match. I don't think he was, though.
Mm-mm.
No,
he wasn't. But I did rather enjoy Mortos's sparkly mask. That was beautiful.
Oh, it was so beautiful. So sparkly and beautiful.
So sparkly. He's a sparkly boy.
That man is going to be glittering for days.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, because there is no way that thing isn't just shedding glitter constantly.
Yeah. Absolutely. How many hearts do we give Andrade El Idolo versus Bandido?
I think a 4. I did really enjoy it. Yeah.
I was like, this is surplus to requirements, but it is fun. It just wasn't quite the party match that I wanted at that point, but it was nearly.
No.
Like, it was fun.
Yeah, there wasn't really much in the way, because the Bucks are in a serious match with FTR. We were lacking the party a little bit.
A little bit, but I kind of think that this Tornado Trios match was the de facto party match. So we had Roddy Strong, Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin versus the Dogs.
Dogs.
The Dogs had a promo on Collision that I just thought it was shit. it really turned me off them. Where I was like, that was garbage, boys. Get out.
I just wanted to give Clark a lozenge because his voice just...
And my other note from the beginning of this match is, why is David Finlay so wet?
He's very wet, isn't he? He's like wetter than Pac.
He's really wet. It's really weirdly visible because Clark Connors has this just glorious mane of beautiful hair, and then Gabe's bald, and then Finlay just is just like a wet dog.
Yeah. Has something happened with Gabe's teeth? Because he was like holding a thing over his mouth during that, like a ice thing over his mouth during that promo. And then all of a sudden, when like they came to this match, Gabe has now got like 3 or 4 silver teeth.
He got some teeth knocked out, I guess.
Yeah, I think maybe he did. Or maybe at least he got them chipped. And he had them like capped with silver, kind of thing. But yeah, I was like, oh shit, did he get some teeth knocked out last time?
Oh dear. Oh dear. I liked that Orange Cassidy had updated his graphic with the lost Roddy poster now saying found.
Found
cute.
Roddy.
Silly.
Aww,
silly.
That was very
cute.
sweet.
I don't think I like the dynamic of Roddy continually picking Orange Cassidy up to use him as a weapon.
I
think it's undignified.
I
don't know.
I did kind of love that. I thought that was really fun.
Orange Cassidy is for real in his like passenger princess era because David Finlay was picking him up and carting him around. No, wait, was it Finlay or Clark? One of them, where he was like trying to do a submission hold, but they just like picked him up and walked around with him. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah. It's because he's just a little package. You can just lift him up and chuck him about, and it's really fun. It looks like it's really fun to chuck Orange Cassidy around because like everyone does it, and they seem like they have a great time.
I'm sure he's having a great time, but yeah, this match
he's just
is also
whee!
Involved a lot of tying people to things.
Oh yeah, Darby got tied up on the turnbuckle for a start.
They attached his necklace to the tag rope. And this is potentially also a bit of sort of foreshadowing for the main event. But what was stopping him from taking his necklace off?
You know what? There was a thing a while back where he actually got that. It's one of those necklaces where it's sealed around your neck. So it's like you can't get it off. Like it's stuck around your neck.
I take it back. Because I was like, this is really silly. Why you would just take your necklace off? It's like when people get their foot stuck in something and you're like, just take your shoe off. But all right, I will allow it. Yeah. I will allow it.
There was a thing made of it a couple of years back that he's got a chain on his neck and it had been like sealed.
Sure, of course he has. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's completely ridiculous thing to do when you do what they do for a living. But since when does he make good choices?
Never.
There was a bit in this match where Darby like smashed his own spine into the apron, and I was like, what is wrong with you? Why did you do that?
You could write a fucking book on the things that are wrong with Darby Allin. Jesus Christ!
I want like a Dr. Zeus style story about Darby Allin. Would he with a skateboard? I can't figure it out offhand.
I can't figure it out. Yeah. No, I'm like, I'm gonna maybe come up with something. No.
The one thing that was good was that there was a whole bit with Gabe Kidd and Darby at the top of the ramp with the skateboard where they were threatening that that somebody was basically going to get like suplexed onto the upturned skateboard, onto the wheels, and I was already cringing, like, please do not do that, and they didn't. So I was very pleased that didn't happen.
There was that spot where Darby jumped off the ramp and landed on Gabe, and he fully just landed on the back of his neck, and it was like, you didn't even try and aim for his back. Then that was
on the skateboard.
That was sloppy as hell. Like, I get that Darby doesn't care about himself. That's fine. But you've got to look after your opponents. And that was not looking after your opponent. That was landing a skateboard on the back of someone's neck. And it's not cool.
Don't be doing
all
like
that.
It. Don't. Bit much.
Like, fine, do the spot. But at least make sure you do it safely. Like, if you're going to be reckless with yourself, fine, but don't be reckless with other people.
Well, as safely as possible. Obviously, accidents can happen, but you got to try. And then Gabe got zip tied maybe to the thing. We didn't really see that happen. We just saw that Gabe, like, his arm was stuck.
And he was just there snarling like a rabid dog, like he does, because in his mind he is a doggo.
Yeah, normal. Wrestling is so normal.
So normal.
And then the match ended with Roddy throwing Orange Cassidy again because he hit End of Heartbreak on Clark Connors and then like just sort of picked OC up and threw him down on him to get the pin. And I was like, I don't know. I'm being too precious about my guy where I'm like,
maybe
don't use him like that. He's a good wrestler. we don't have to pretend like he's just a body to throw around.
I am gonna say I do love it when a motherfucker hits another motherfucker with another motherfucker. It is just something that tickles me every time it happens. Like, just throwing a guy at somebody is just very funny to me. So,
throwing a guy. Okay.
I like it, but probably for the wrong reasons, just because it makes me laugh.
Yeah. And then they did the whole bit with Roddy and Orange Cassidy again at the end where Roddy helps him up and then they do a big jumping high five and I guess they're best mates forever now. If you could bring Adam Cole back. No, we're not going to think about that. It's too sad. We don't.
Yeah, no, we
Adam,
did.
I miss you.
Can he come back and just not wrestle and just hang out? That'd be cool.
Just have a little bitchy feud with Orange Cassidy where he doesn't fight, but they're just
sniping.
That's all I want. Yeah, I would like it. I'd like it a lot. But instead, per commentary, it's implied that Gabe Kidd is going to do something unhinged on Dynamite to get revenge. So I guess this feud will never end and Orange Cassidy will not be getting his own story for a while. So whatever.
No.
Sure. Boo. So I don't know. Again, I feel like it's weird because when I come to give my heart ratings, I feel like they're quite low. But I did have a good time watching this whole pay-per-view. So
yeah.
But then again, it's like we're giving it all like 4s and 5s. So that's not low. That's actually quite high out of 5.
Yeah. I think we're being quite fair, really.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know what to give this. I liked it. I did mostly like it. There was like some nice little spots in it. I guess I was paying attention, which is always a plus. I just think I want Orange Cassidy to do something more interesting, but as long as he's happy.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah, at the minute, there's just no real sort of direction for him. But I mean, it's again Tony Khan's issue with not booking non-title feuds particularly well. Like, it's like if he's got a title involved, he can build something around it. But where it comes to like just writing a decent storyline for someone else, it's weird though, because Orange Cassidy very much seemed to be his favourite boy. Oh no, but he's got lots of other favourite boys now, doesn't he?
No, he's got new toys. Oh no, Orange Cassidy, you're going to be the... No, I was going to say the Velveteen Rabbit, and then my brain filled in the rest of that story, and that's not going to happen. No. What, like three and a half? I don't know.
I think, three and a half. 3.5 seems fair. Right. It was a bit of a laugh, wasn't it?
Yeah. Again, like, both of those matches, like, I think we could have maybe only had one. I don't know, like, there was just a little bit of a lot going on. But maybe that's because I was impatient to get to the main event.
Personally, I would have maybe kept Andrade and Bandido and then just done this on Dynamite, actually.
Put so many men on this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at the point where you're booking a match with 21 guys in it, I guess. You're like, everybody gets I mean, it's been a while. Maybe they're all just like, Tony, I haven't been on a pay-per-view in so long.
Yeah, so they just they crammed as many men as humanly possible onto this card.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. Right. I feel like I need to like crunch my neck and get limbered up.
Yeah. Right.
The AEW World Championship Texas Death Match, MJF versus Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah. That happened, didn't it?
All right. I had a really good time with this. I know you didn't. I had a really good time with this. I really liked the video package of the feud. I was sad that they didn't include "You got yourself a deal, cowboy" in the package. They should have done that.
It's the best bit, and they didn't put it in the video package.
I know.
Terrible.
They didn't. Boo. Other than that, it was good. We got a recap of the rules, which is that you can only win a Texas Death Match by submission or by failure to answer the ref's 10 count. So if you're too dead to stand back up.
The match itself was fine. Like,
wait. I'm not even ready to start the match talk yet, because what was going on with Hangman's entrance? That live music was fucking horrible.
It was the start of it. I was like, find the note. You're not hitting the note. But it leveled out after a minute, but it was, I don't know if it was a film reference. I'm not up on fucking westerns. I mean,
it probably was, but it was just like, I feel like somebody is not in time with everyone else and something bad is happening and it's a fucking horrible noise.
Yeah. It was that one lone trumpet guy was slightly offbeat with everything else.
And just didn't ever find it. Never found it the whole time. And I was like, oh, this is really...
This is the problem with when they do, like, live performances. Like, this always happens. Like, there's somebody just slightly off. Like, and I think it's because maybe they haven't got decent enough sound in their own ears so they can hear what they're doing. And that's why it's off.
Because it's got to be a really noisy environment. But it was horrible. I was like, this is bad, guys. And then we cut to MJF's entrance. My cat's just decided to start wrecking the place. No, I'm going to talk about Max, and you can't stop me. Max had gone to the guys who made Bandido's video and said, I want to be a cowboy too. I want a Wild West little video. I hate myself for how much I love this.
It was great, wasn't it?
Funny.
It was
so
very
fucking
funny. With the longest piss ever on Hangman's grave. Didn't love how it just kind of made Hangman look like a dork, but clearly that was the objective. So
yeah, I mean, the tone of this match was really strange, especially at the beginning, because that pissing on the grave thing, very funny. Then Max came out. Apparently, it was like Terry Funk inspired gear, but also dressed like a fucking cowboy.
Yeah,
which is just such wonderful gremlin work that I was just like, oh dear, unfortunately I love Max again.
Yeah, if there was points to give, he would get them. Yeah, it was fun. I'm kind of like, yeah, it's sort of with hindsight, I'm like, oh, they really did make Hangman just look like a dork in this whole thing, didn't they? But, it is what it is. Clearly that was the objective.
But I think also Max was making himself look like a dork, because there was that bit really early on where Hangman had a bin lid and he was chasing MJF around, and then he just stopped and Max kept on running around the outside and the fans were like, keep going, and then he just ran into the bin lid and Hangman goes, dumbass, to camera. And I was like, what is happening
Max
here?
Just looked like Max was just being a goof the whole time, which was very funny. And I don't have a problem with either of the two men in this match. Let's just start there. Like, they did really good work. They were clearly trying to fit in as many deathmatch spots, like traditional deathmatch spots or whatever, in the match as possible. To a point where I'm like, dial it back a bit, lads. Come on.
I was expecting, because we've had so much build-up, and obviously Texas Death is supposed to be like the big, scary, life-threatening, nasty, horrible, like serious match, and it started out so goofy that I was like, I know, because I kind of had a pretty good time with the whole pay-per-view, and I was like, we're just having a feel-good pay-per-view, are we? Is that what's happening? Apart from obviously bad people showing up, But like, it's just like, we're just having a bit of fun here. So we did that. And then Hangman brought out a birthday card and stapled it to MJF and did the paper cut in the fingers spot. Horrible boy. But like,
horrible boy. That was really funny. The birthday card thing got me.
It was really funny because it's calling back to when Hangman stapled his child's painting to Swerve. But that was like serious, like dramatic nastiness, like proper, like heartfelt. This was fucking stupid, and intentionally so. Like, I don't think it was like, oh, they were smart then and they're stupid now. I think it's like they were being silly fucking boys.
Yeah, intentionally silly fucking boys. Yeah.
And I was like, actually, I don't mind this at all. I'm kind of here for it. It's just silly. Then Hangman got a window with glass in it, as you fucking do.
Yeah, just brought a window. Where did you get a fucking window?
God, I think that was probably where the match started to turn, because Max was like, oh, I'm not doing that fucking indie bullshit, and smashed the window in the middle of the ring. And then the things they were doing with that broken glass. Yeah, it was gnarly. Horrendous. Nasty. Like when Hangman was dragging Max, dragging him by his feet, stomach down. I'm trying to describe this, not on his back, on his front. Just the idea of your exposed skin being dragged across. It's nasty. And like, commentary is going, well, the difference between these two men is that Hangman Adam Page has a moral compass and he feels bad for the things he does, and like, meanwhile Hangman is dragging a piece of barbed wire through Max's mouth, and you're like, I don't know, guys, I'm not sure that's true.
But he did warn everybody that in Texas Death he has no conscience, so
quite. I think there was a lot going on here, and I think I want to rewatch it and think more about it, because I felt like for so long I've been going, I watched the show and it was fine, but it's just not really giving me anything to get my teeth into. This match, I was like, I don't know if I've just woken up, but I feel like there's loads going on here, like symbolically, like callback wise, character stuff happening. And I was like, actually, I could probably write a thesis or two on this match, and I feel alive.
I that's the thing. The match itself was great. Really enjoyed the match. It's just the other stuff that I didn't enjoy.
Okay, so A little bit more silliness where Max got a broom and swept the glass out of the ring.
Onto the floor. That was so good. I really enjoyed that. That was very funny. He was like, stole Kenny's bit. Getting the broom
I didn't
out.
even think of that. Absolutely, he did. I didn't think of that. But there were so many callbacks in this. Like, so commentary talked about how the only time that Max has beaten Hangman one-on-one was because Wardlow helped him. So that, like, there's kind of that there. And then there was obviously all the Texas Death stuff is all Hangman stuff. But we've also been doing lots of Cody callbacks. And then we're going to do a big Punk callback.
Yeah. It turned into a dog collar match, which was...
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
I loved it. I loved everything about this. The thing that seems to have gone viral, before we get to the dog collars, is MJF shoving a needle, straight through Hangman's cheek, in close-up, and then pushing the plunger down just to prove that it really was all the way through there so that the liquid in there would spray everywhere.
Yeah.
Fuck me. It's really... It's like, that's one of the safest things that's happening in this match. And yet it's one of the most effective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was gnarly.
Just gives you the heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies. To be fair, I will say, Max did a far better job of that than Hangman did of getting it through Swerve's cheek.
Did it properly, didn't he?
He did it properly and got it all the way through. Like, I think, because you've got to find, like, there's a sort of sweet spot when you're doing, like, cheek play piercings. You've got to find it, and the thing just goes through like butter, and that's what he did. Whereas when he was Hangman and Swerve, it was like he was poking around in there trying to find that sweet spot, and he couldn't get it. Never become a piercer, Hangman.
No, I guess they probably put some work into getting that right, given that they fucked it up previously. But it's like, I've seen shit like that before, and yet it's so effective.
It works,
and you're like,
every time,
you pop it out, it'll heal up, it's fine. But Jesus Christ,
yeah, because it's only little tiny baby play piercing needles that they use, so it's like really thin, like not even the width that it would be if you had a proper piercing. So yeah, it always looks so gnarly. It's quite minor. It's like safe and it's really minor, but it looks so fucking gnarly. It's great.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah. So then we just kind of went through the whole, like you said, we went through the deathmatch checklist. So we'd done barbed wire, we did syringes, we did light tubes. That light tube, I've never seen a light tube do that much damage. I don't know what they did, but it looked horrendous.
Yeah, absolutely shredded Max's back, didn't it? Like,
I've never seen it do that before. Like, I've seen so many death matches that, like, I've never seen it do that before. Fucking hell. Nasty.
There wasn't as much like dust either that goes up in the air usually with those things. I think maybe they'd had the gas taken out of them. Like the dusty stuff taken out of them, possibly.
But did they not break properly as a result or something? I don't know. Maybe they normally shut. I don't know. It looked fucking horrible though. They did skewers. Did a skewer
spot. Yeah.
What else did we do? Have I forgotten anything? Obviously chairs, barbed wire, tables. There was one table spot where I was like, I am worried that Hangman is not going to be able to walk after this because it didn't break properly when his knees hit it.
No.
And I was like, that looks like the worst thing in this match.
Yeah.
You just slammed your knees into something that did not break.
That man's knees, I worry. He's going to end up with Kenny knees at this rate, if he hasn't already.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was gnarly. And then I think he did another dead eye through a table.
Yeah, there was another table
spot.
There was a couple, because there was one where Max put him through a table and it didn't look as bad on the knees, but then it's the piece that had broken seemed to smash down on Hangman's head, and I was like, oh, please stop, please, can someone just do a little check-in, because I'm scared.
Yeah.
Which is how I'm supposed to feel, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you are breaking that thing of I'm feeling like, oh my god, you're actually going to die, like that's what you're supposed to be doing in a death match.
Yeah, in a Texas death match.
Good work.
For sure. Yeah.
Good work, lads. Is that all?
Oh, that spot with the exploding spot off the stage. That was cool.
I made an ungodly noise when it happened. Because they kept teasing like, oh, there's electrics there, and they were like, they did a thing that they really built to it, where they had Hangman like teetering on the edge and then like catching himself, and you go, oh god, he's gonna fall. Oh. It was so well done.
It was really well done. And then Hangman just got his arms around Max and just threw them both,
hugged him and threw them.
Yeah,
and it went bang when he hit. And that was like, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then it kept exploding. There was like another like 3 bangs. To the point where I was like,
lay
oh god.
Yeah, while these things were popping off. Yeah,
intense.
Oh, so cool.
It was really cool. But the thing that was self-sabotage in the end, Hangman went to get a black bag from under the ring, and commentary said, oh, usually when we get a black bag like that, it's thumbtacks. But it wasn't thumbtacks. It was a chain, but not only a chain, but dog collars on a chain. Holy fucking shit. So as commentary said, it's the ghost of revolutions past for MJF, and Max is whimpering and going, not again.
Yeah, tried to run away.
Tried to run away, and Hangman put the dog collar on him and snapped a dog collar on himself, and in doing so, sealed his own fate. But we didn't know it yet.
Don't love the fact that this match ended on a, like, oh, Hangman can never challenge for the title again, based on a CM Punk reference. Not a fan of that at all.
I kind of, because I think it's intentional. I think it is.
Oh, I'm sure it was intentional.
I think it's being a little bit trolley. I think I think he's doing that. I don't very much getting the impression that he's like doing a dig on some of these guys.
I couldn't figure out whether it was a dig or what. I don't know. There was something about it that I think it's just because it just conjures up the spectre of that awful fucking man.
It does, but you know, this is the Hangman who, when he used to have an Instagram account, was posting slightly shady things on his story.
Yeah, true. And he's a shady bitch. We know he's a shady bitch.
A shady playlist. So I think all this is intentional, but I liked that. This match, being a Texas death match, is obviously like, it's part of Hangman's story. Like, his thing is Texas death matches, and by putting in the I'll never challenge again step, he's made the story all about him. So I think I was surprised by how much of Max's history and emotional arc was coming into it, like I say, with the Cody callback, obviously, because he was involved in that, but bringing in Wardlow, bringing in Punk, and I thought, actually, they've done a really, really lovely job of making it about both of them and giving both of them somewhere to... I think I'll rewatch this match more than once and probably think about it a lot. But, as you say, put the dog collars on. He was walking around the crowd saying, who's got a lighter? Has anyone got a lighter? Thankfully, apparently no one did, so nobody got set on fire.
Well, this is the crowd were chanting, we want fire, and he was like, well, who's got a lighter then? And then nobody gave him a lighter. And he's like, well, don't chant for fire then if you've not got a lighter. He was saying... Well,
he also...
Someone was saying Hangman's teacher came out, and it was like, well, if you wanted that, you should have brought the correct equipment.
But he also didn't have any like lighter fluid, so I imagine it wasn't part of the plan.
No.
He, after the explosion spot, he dog walked Max back to the ring.
That was
the crowd were chanting like, who's a good boy or something fucking horrendous. Absolutely humiliating. And I was just watching it going, Max, it's your birthday. And it's a big one. You've turned 30 and you've gone, Tony Khan, what I'd like for my birthday, right, is if I could bleed, get smashed into the floor, get light tubes smashed onto me, get dragged across the ring, covered in broken glass.
Walk like a dog.
And then walk like a dog. I think I'd really like that for my birthday, thank you.
Best present ever. Well done, Max.
Wrestlers aren't like the rest of us, are they?
No,
they're just not.
Weirdos.
They're just not. So then we did a whole bit in the kind of final minutes of the match where Max got a low blow on Hangman and then got the belt and hit him with that. And I was thinking, oh, this is it. He's going to hit him with the belt, and that's really lazy symbolism. But then Hangman reversed that, and he did the same thing. But in the end, he ended up basically hanging himself. I think Max hit him with the Dynamite Diamond Ring, but he was ultimately undone, as you say, with the punk dog collar. Strangled. Oh, also smashed his face into the camera and got a giant blob of blood on the lens.
Yeah, that was like happy accident, but that kind of added to it a little bit. Like...
Yeah, they just kept cutting back to the blood camera. But there was no interference. Like the thing that we were kind of thinking is like, oh, there's going to be like someone's going to betray him, something's going to happen. Actually, none of that happened. He betrayed himself, if anything.
Yeah, because I was like, I sort of thought maybe Kevin was going to go to the dark side after what Swerve was saying to him and stuff, but then they won the title, so I was like, well, maybe not then. Maybe they're not doing that, or at least not for now, anyway. Yeah, that was the thing that happened.
I right up until the end, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen.
I wasn't sure. I just felt sick through the whole thing because I knew what was probably coming and I didn't want it.
I might be naive, but I think the way this match, I don't know. I haven't had enough time to go online that much and see what everyone else's reaction is, and I'm sure people are very angry, and then we're also probably getting the anti-Hangman Brigade, but whatever. But I thought this match was kind of great, and the way that it went from being so silly to being so psychologically upsetting, I loved it.
The match itself was great. I just really didn't like the end.
But I think I loved the match so much that I'm like, yeah, what's going to happen next then? Like, I'm actually excited to find out now, and I haven't felt like that in so long. But they did so much stuff in that match that I'm like, oh, okay, you've got a plan here then. I hope, I pray. But
I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. I think, yeah, sure, there's a plan for MJF. I don't know if there's.
I don't feel like that. I think so much of this match was about both of them, and they talked so much on commentary about what does it mean for Hangman, and to the point where I was like, I hope that he's going to find a way to sort of resolve this a bit, because they keep saying, oh well, of course Hangman does terrible things just like MJF does, but the difference is MJF has no remorse and he just does horrible things, whereas Hangman does these horrible things, but he is the moral compass. And you're like, well, how do you square that? Because, like, what does it mean for Hangman to be the conscience or the moral compass, but he loves these matches that are so nasty? Like, why is it that, you know, because normally it's heels that are using weapons that are doing the nasty things. What does it mean about Hangman that he gravitates to this?
I think is, though, we had like it's like, Hangman's going to have to turn heel now, which is like, I don't love that. That depresses the fuck out of me. And like, because that's the only way, like, oh, he'll have to go back on his word, which automatically means a heel turn. And it's like, oh, well, why you just want Hangman to be a white meat babyface? And it's like, no, I actually think white meat babyfaces are fucking boring as hell. What I actually want is for a face to be cool for once.
Mm-hmm.
That actually does hardcore shit, and it's fine, because, like, it makes sense in terms of the story. Like, I don't understand this whole thing where someone has to be a heel to be cool. Like,
yeah,
that pisses me off. And it's like, can't someone good just be cool for once? Like, and it's, again, it plays into that trope of everyone is terrible, even the people that you think aren't terrible are terrible. And it's like, we get enough of that in real life. I'm not particularly interested in seeing it happen in the thing that I watch to cheer me up. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not really here for a heel turn, and I just don't know what they're gonna do. And it's like, the kind of reaction I sort of had to it was like, well, there it is. That's what happens. Like, there's got to be a better way to, if you don't want to put somebody in the main event scene, there's got to be a better way of doing it than that. But clearly there isn't. What it is like, I have every faith in Hangman. I still have no faith in Tony Khan. That's my thing, is that I do not have any faith in Tony Khan. Not when it comes to Hangman, I don't. Not at all.
I mean, I don't have any faith in him when it comes to booking women or all sorts of things.
No.
But I think, I don't know. I don't know. I think I just had such a blast with this. And also, you know, I've said this on this before, that like the thing that got me into AEW was MJF and the stuff that he was doing around the time of Punk leaving. So I think this reawakened something in my brain. It was like, oh, if Max is doing fun stuff, I'm having fun.
See, the thing is, I got fully invested with the Hangman stuff early on. So it's like, at this point, it's like 7 years of like, you kind of get bright spots, but then it's just kind of relentless misery. And it's like, I would like a bit less relentless misery, but we're not even. The thing is, it would be interesting to see the aftermath of this. But the fact that Hangman got stretched off tells me that we're not going to see him for ages now.
Well, we don't know. Have you seen the new Hangman t-shirt on Shop AEW?
Is it the support your local pollinators and vengeful cowboys one? I fucking love that. Yes, I need it.
It's delightful, isn't it?
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah. But like, I don't know if Hangman's taking a break or whatever. I mean, he's got to be pretty banged up because he's been going for months and months and months without really taking a break. Maybe he's going away for a bit, but that's kind of sad to me because it's like, I would actually like to see some of the aftermath of it, but we're not going to get that either.
They're really resistant to showing us that, and I don't know
why.
They don't like being perceived as weak or what, but I wish that they would, because that's interesting.
Yeah, that is like the part. They always never show the parts that are interesting to me. And it's like, they kind of go, oh, let's just skip to this next bit. Like, and they don't actually show the bits that I'm interested in seeing. I mean, the match was great. Really enjoyed the match. I just don't really have a lot of confidence in as to where this is going, or if it's like I say, if it's heading towards a heel turn, I'm not really that interested in that, and it's just kind of just a bit deflated by the whole thing, really.
It's so I'm so sad that like we've had opposite reactions, because normally we feel the same about things.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It was like, I thoroughly enjoyed the match and everything. That was great, but it's like, I think I hated this step from the beginning. Like, I think it was a stupid thing to bring up, and it's like, oh well, no, they're just going to do the Cody thing, but do it properly, which means a heel turn, which is like, yeah. It just lessens my interest in my favourite wrestler, which is kind of depressing, really. On top of the other stuff, which is also depressing. It's just, I mean, I loved the match. I don't want to do the match down in any way. I just think if Tony Khan wanted to keep Hangman out the title picture, there was probably a better way to do it than this. Like, if you really wanted him to keep him out of it that badly, then...
But we don't know if that's what's happening. Like, we don't know yet. We don't know what the plan is or whose idea it was or anything. I just, in terms of purely a character thing, the fact that it was all self-sabotage. Like, he suggested the stipulation. He suggested the Texas Deathmatch stipulation. He suggested the I'll give up ever challenging again, and he literally put the fucking dog collar around his own neck. And you're like, you did this to yourself.
Yeah.
And how do you reconcile that?
Clearly that's what they're doing. Like, it's, not Hangman's fault. It's Hangman's fault rather than the booker being a nightmare.
Well, yeah, because we're watching a TV show. I don't want to watch the strings. I don't want to, I was going to say I don't want to sit in the writer's room. Obviously that would be fascinating, but like, that I want to watch the finished product.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I would be feeling better about this if I thought it was going to lead to anything good, but I
think it will in the end. I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling, I don't know, maybe the sun came out, something happened in my brain and my serotonin started flowing. I had a really nice time with this match, and it could very well be the case that I'm sitting here next week going, oh, fucking hell, like, this is bullshit. Right now, I do at least feel I want to know what happens next.
Yeah.
For the first time in a really long time, I'm, like, anticipating the next episode.
Yeah. I would be interested if I thought we were going to see any of Hangman for a while, and I don't think we will at the minute. I think he's gone for a bit. So it's like all the stuff that I would have found interesting, we're not going to see. So...
Hey, I got a whole, 30 seconds of Chuck Taylor on a AEW March Madness sports thing that I don't even understand today, so...
Oh, I haven't seen that. What was that?
Hang on, let me find it. Someone tagged me in it right before we started recording. The AEW account tweeted, "It's not just AEW Revolution Day, it's also #Selection Sunday." So this was yesterday.
Yeah.
It says AEW stars will be participating in the AEW featured group of the NCAA March Madness Bracket Challenge. I'm not even sure what sport that is.
I have no fucking
NCAA?
clue.
I don't know.
NCAA. Is that college basketball NCAA? Hang on, let me check. I'm going to do my research.
I'm not even sure how to find out.
Oh, it's football. It's football.
Oh, okay.
College football. Oh, no, basketball. It is basketball. I'm talking out my ass.
It's a bunch of AEW people saying what team they're supporting, and usually the ones from their hometown. And Dustin just pops in to say that he is supporting his former university, except that the men's team has already been knocked out, so he's supporting the women's team.
Ah, good boy. He's a good boy.
Yeah, that's the crumbs that you get. Your favourite wrestler has decided to fucking disappear. So yeah, how many hearts or do we get? Is there a syringe emoji?
I think there is a syringe emoji. I think we give it 5 syringes. It was because, like I say, the match was great. I just don't have any faith that this is going to go anywhere I'll enjoy.
I really loved it. Like, when we last spoke, I was like, this build has been going for fucking ever, lost all interest.
Yeah, they really lost the momentum with that fucking press conference, I think.
But then MJF got on a fucking horse, and I was like, sign me back up. Back in the room.
That was great. The intro was great. It was very funny. And yeah, the match itself was fine, but the ending sucked.
I really liked it. I'm my deathmatch girly persona reactivated. All right, final thoughts. Apart from, do you want to do your Tony Khan scream?
Tony Khan.
There you go.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was a good pay-per-view. Hated the ending. Tony Khan can fuck off.
That we're really doubly not getting invited to that press conference.
Well, we weren't anyway.
We weren't anyway. No. Well, all right. Let's see how it goes next week, I suppose. What's the next pay-per-view? Is it
Dynasty?
Double or Nothing?
Dynasty next month, yeah.
Boo! Dynasty, boo. That's not a real one.
No. I don't know what we've got against these sort of, like, the kind of smaller pay-per-views, and we're just like, bleh, no, rubbish. Nothing ever good happens on these things.
No, I don't think I have any sort of coherent opinion on which pay-per-views I do or don't like, or which ones are good or bad. I just resent.
It just tends to be a pattern for some reason. It's like the slightly smaller ones, like World's End and Dynasty and Wrestle Dream, where just something always happens on them that's really annoying. Yeah. And
to be fair,
just colours the whole thing.
World's End, the first one was so fucking bad that we're just like, no, never World's End.
Yeah. This year wasn't too bad. This year got better, I think. This one.
If they just themed it a bit harder, if they just made it give it more of an identity, I could be more here for it. So
yeah.
maybe they will. Like, the Revolution branding has been lovely.
I fucking love the Revolution
set,
branding.
but...
That was the other thing. It was so good. It's very much my aesthetic as someone who's a bit of a cyberpunk head. So like,
it's gonna be so sad to say goodbye to it.
Yeah, can you not just like make everything on AEW like that kind of aesthetic? Because I'd be here for it.
Yes, please.
All the pinks and blues and yellows. Lovely.
Well, we will spend the next week trying to make everything neon pink and shutterers. We will be back with you next week. So if you enjoyed this episode, please do all the things. Rate, review, subscribe, leave comments, tell your friends, tell your parents.
Tell your grandma. Make grandma listen to us.
Tell them all. Tell them all. You can find us on YouTube. You can follow us on Blue Sky. You can email us wafflybollox@gmail.com, and you can get your Silly Graps t-shirts and mugs and hoodies and hockey jerseys from co-fi.com/wrestletrash/shop.
Indeed. And if you use the code BSkyBaby, you can get 10% off at the checkout.
Yeah, go and get some merch. All right, see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.